Hi there guys, Chosan everybody, good morning, selamat pagi, because I can see there's some mixed viewers today, so hi, good morning everybody, Chosan, alright. Welcome to our virtual cooking masterclass, Level Up on the Table with Chef Sherson Lian. Thank you so much everybody for joining us today. I appreciate your time. I'm really happy to see all of you here today. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're super excited because I know I am. I'm pretty sure you're also very excited because Chef Sherson will be enlightening us, will be teaching us on two recipes for today. Two exclusive recipes. One is a main dish and the other one is dessert. So guys, I know adapting to this whole new normal can be a little bit challenging as much as you guys wish you could be here physically with Chef Sherson and as much as the same, he feels the same as well. But guys, so we're doing this virtually because we need to take care of our SOP. So I'm really happy we can still be connected virtually. But anyway, if it's possible, can everybody on their camera? Because right now I can only see you. No, you can only see me, but I cannot see you. So tak aci lah kan macam tu, because the chef wants to see all of you as well. So please on your cameras. Yes, everybody on your cameras. And then, but mute your microphone, okay? So I'm going to walk you through some housekeeping rules, and also just for your information, throughout the whole show, the whole session, I will be presenting in English as well as Chef Sherson Lian, but of course, we will throw in some Mandarin if we can. We can throw in some Cantonese if you want as well. We can throw in some BM because we know we've got a mixed background. So we try to make it as comfortable for you. So okay, so for an optimum virtual cooking masterclass experience, this is what I need you to pay attention to. Firstly, for better viewing, I can see some of you, your cameras or your tablet, whichever device you're using, some of you are putting it on portrait mode. This is called portrait. Turn it to landscape mode, alright? You change it to auto rotate and then you put it to landscape view. Because kalau letak macam tu, kanan dengan kiri tak nampak. Nanti setting table yang cantik-cantik, you know, the table is set nicely. You cannot see what's on the left and the right. So guys, please change your viewing mode to landscape view. Can I see everybody change it to landscape view? Alright, cantik, cun. Okay, lambai sikit guys. Okay, so if you can hear this, I hope your line is clear. Okay, itu yang pertama. Yang kedua, keep your cameras on at all times, alright? Don't off your camera. I want to see you, you want to see me, chef want to see you most importantly. So he wants to connect with you, alright? So jangan tutup mic, jangan tutup camera, alright? Buka camera, keep your camera on but mute your microphone. Unless it's for the Q&A session. Yang tu I akan bagi Q and you can on your mic, alright? So for the Q&A session, you can on your mic so that we can talk to you and you can also talk to Chef and ask your questions personally. Alright, that is for second. Yang ketiga, the third one, we encourage all participants to ask questions. That is the whole reason why we're joining this Zoom call today. So that you can ask questions, ask as many questions as you like. Of course, I will select them and I will call you by your name and you can ask your questions personally to our chef later. So due to time constraint, we might limit some questions as much as we try to take all the questions today, but due to time constraints, so we'll try to cater as many of your curiosities, whatever questions you have for chef later. Kita akan cuba ambil semua and we try to sum it up lah. Alright, so I hope you guys are enjoying yourself. We haven't started yet. In just a couple of minutes time, maybe I'm going to leave you to 2 minutes. Alright, 2 minutes, go get your pen, go get your paper, your stationaries, nak tulis, nak jot down. Jangan miss any details because this is for free. So you should take this opportunity, seize this opportunity, jot down apa-apa yang nak tulis ke, any details, cooking technique, banyak benda, recipe, semua kena jot down. You have to take note of all this. I assure you, you're not going to regret this. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Should you need to excuse yourself to the restroom, go ahead and then come back in about a minute time. Be ready and then don't off your camera but mute your microphone. Alright, I'll be with you again. This is your boy Daniel and I'll see you again later. Ciao! Hey there guys, what's up? Welcome back. You're now with me, Daniel Chiang. So I can see some people baru je masuk kita punya Zoom call. Some of you have just entered the Zoom call. If this is just one small little housekeeping rules, if you're still on portrait mode, change it to landscape view, okay? Okay, sebab I ada nampak, okay, cut face, okay, all good. Okay, if some of you, alright, if you're still on portrait mode, change it to landscape view. You don't want to cut this, you don't want to cut this. You want to see this full view over here. Alright, so if everybody's okay, we can start now. I think our chef is also ready to meet all of you here today. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, our special Astro customers, Malaysian viewers from all across platforms watching this live at the moment. I know some of you are watching from GF's Facebook and YouTube. some from Tinker Studios, some from Gempa, some from Astro Malaysia. So hi once again everybody, thank you so much for joining us here today. I appreciate your time as well, Chef. He's super excited to see all of you here today. So welcome to this special virtual cooking masterclass, Level Up on the Table with Chef Sherson Lian. So hi, I am your host, this is your boy. You will be seeing this face till the very end of the session. My name is Daniel, and now I know I may not hear you. Saya mungkin tak dapat dengar you guys sebab you guys tengah mute your microphone sekarang. But it's okay, later we can unmute. Kita boleh sembang-sembang, we can chit-chat, you can ask your questions to our chefs. So feel free to drop any loves, any comment, alright? If you're watching this out of the Zoom, anybody streaming live from Facebook and YouTube, guys, please spam the comments, drop your love, and please tag your friends, share this live out as well, alright? So everybody can benefit from today's cooking masterclass, virtual cooking masterclass. So now for your information, today our session, Chef Sherson will be enlightening us on the preparation of two very special, I would say exclusive dish. One is a main dish, and the other one, it's a dessert. But of course, I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'm going to leave it to the man himself to do the sharing of the dishes instead. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Malaysia's culinary expert and celebrity chef, no strange to the show of Lima Rencah, Lima Rasa. Ni mesti banyak yang tengok kan? And also, Family Kitchen with Sherson. Now guys, please welcome Chef Sherson Lian. Alright.
Hello everybody.
Wow, entrance dia grand gila. Wow, okay.
Hello.
Banyak yang excited. Hi. Chef, you can see all across platforms, you can see we've got guys, we've got girls, and then we've got the young ones and two extreme ages.
Yes,
Wow.
the young ones and the younger ones.
The young ones and the younger ones, that's right. So Chef, how are you doing? How's things?
I'm good. I'm very, very good. Thank you.
But okay, jadi before kita start the whole session, the whole agenda for today, before we start, let's break the ice because some of our audience here, I think they're very eager to know you personally as well. Mungkin adalah kan details yang you guys nak tahu pasal chef single ke apa ke. Kalau you guys tahu dia, he's already not single lah. So okay, anyway, Chef, we talk about PKPB first. Let's talk about CMCO. How's the whole pandemic doing?
I think the CMCO has been quite a challenge. I think even for I'm sure for some of you guys who also who run businesses or you work for companies, it's been a challenge for me because I have a restaurant. And 1 minute we're in MCO, then next minute it's CMCO, and then RMCO, then we're back again to CMCO. So we've been sort of struggling with the whole thing.
True, I know. But I mean, I'm also aware because I've got a couple of friends who own businesses as well, and some of them are not doing well, some of them are coping very well because they are very smart in that whole transition from the usual to the new normal. So how are you coping with that? Are you okay?
Maybe I'm not so smart lah.
But I heard you got do delivery, so that is smart.
We do deliveries. We've also launched our new product called Rencah. It's available online. People can head on to Rencah by Sherson to check it out. So it's basically our sambal belacan, different type of condiments that we sell, and it's great.
Nice. Okay, maybe Chef, can you share your journey in being a chef?
My journey of being a chef.
I mean, I'm pretty sure maybe there are many aspiring young chefs over here that want to be like you. They want to learn how to cook.
Sorry, I should be looking at you directly at you, right? Because
Chef,
but you're on this side, so I keep looking this way because I want to see all your beautiful faces.
Wow.
But I should be looking here, right?
Can look at both sides lah. Look here, then look there like that.
My journey in culinary has taken me through many extremes. Yeah, I started off, I think many of you know, I started off helping my parents. They had a small little cafe, so it wasn't anything glamorous or fancy. It was just your simple basic stuff. And moving forward to that, I landed on TV. Also something that I never really expected. And then that brought me to places. Cooked for Dukes as well, and coming back to owning my own restaurant. So that's the whole journey has been 10 years.
10 years.
10 years on TV. If you add on the years before joining TV, I started work after Form 5.
Wow.
I've been in the food business after Form 5, and now I'm 35.
Do you think
So
it's the
you do the
whole
math.
family business helping thingy that really helped you to?
Yeah, that was what got me in the business.
I see.
Yes.
What a long journey. It's also a very inspiring moment. Okay, chef, so let's
Yes.
get back to what's on the table right now. So you can see
Yes.
there are lots of ingredients over here, and I told them actually that you will be cooking us 2 dishes. He
Yes.
will cook for me because I'm here, I can taste it. So, okay, chef, so can you enlighten us on what are the dishes that you will be cooking today and they will be learning?
Okay, so I'm doing, for the main dish, I'm doing chicken roulade stuffed with spinach and feta together with walnuts that I'll be serving together with some potatoes, Brussels sprouts, and carrots. Now, the interesting thing I want to show you guys is how I like to cook my carrots.
I see.
Yeah, it's almost to the point of burning it. But
Burning
that's
it,
when
okay.
that's when you know, we get the natural sugars from the carrot caramelized, and you get a whole new different flavor of carrot.
Wow.
Yeah. So you can try later, and you can tell them whether what I'm saying is true or false.
Guys, I'm really excited.
Okay.
I'm sorry you guys can't be here with Chef together. I believe he wished all of you can be here, but I will be the lucky one today. I'll taste on your behalf, okay guys? I'll taste on your behalf and I'll tell you how is it like. Okay, so
Yes.
that is for the main, the first dish.
Yes.
What about the second?
So for the second dish,
Yeah. You don't have it here yet, it's okay.
I'm going to be doing a dessert that was one of our signatures in one of my restaurants earlier on, called Hello. It is actually a poached pear that is stuffed with cream cheese, and we wrap it together with filo pastry. So it's a very simple dessert to make. Anybody can do it.
You sure not? But you're a chef. Of course, like you say, easy. If
I'm a
it's
chef, but I think my fans know, my people know that I'm not a dessert person.
Okay.
So, you know, that's why when I'm asked to do a dessert, I always do the simplest dessert because, you know, that's what I can pull off. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so I just want to slot in one small little housekeeping rule before
Yes.
before I leave you to your masterpiece. I can see some of you are still not on landscape view, guys. Okay, I'm addressing to Edie. Change it to landscape view because you're on portrait right now. So nanti sini potong,
we
sana
go.
potong. All right, you want to have a full view of what chef will be doing.
Sini potong, sana potong.
Ah.
Kita tak nak potong-potong.
Yeah, kita tak nak potong-potong. We want full view, all right? So full HD view. I think we're ready.
Anak siapa tu? Foz. Hi.
Oh, show
Little
me the-
baby.
We got baby watching this session
Yeah,
today.
we got baby watching this.
All right, I
session.
think enough of ice breaking. I believe our audience can't wait to see you to prepare us the first dish for today.
Yes.
So, chef, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
More than ready. Ever ready. All right, guys. So, please enjoy our first dish. Chef, I'm gonna leave you to your craft.
Thank
All right?
you.
Okay.
Thank you. So, guys, first of all, I would like to say this feels weird because you're here, but you're also not here. But you know, it's interesting. So you're on my right. So if I tend to keep looking towards my right and not directly at you, it's because you are on my right. Okay. So now, let's start. For this dish, I'm using the chicken thigh. Yeah. So this chicken thigh, whole leg, boneless. Yeah. And we're going to use it, and we're going to stuff our cheese, our feta, walnut, spinach, all inside. But before we do that, we need to season the chicken. So I'm starting with a bit of salt. Yeah. It's crucial to season every single stage you cook. Yeah, I'm using this black pepper. I'm sorry, I don't have, I forgot to buy black pepper. Can you believe it or not? So I'm using this black pepper and garlic powder. Okay. There we go. And also some paprika. Now, these are going to give the chicken flavor, but at the same time, the paprika is also going to give the chicken nice color. Yeah. There we go. You don't want to season, you don't want to over season, yeah, because don't forget, we're adding in feta cheese. Feta cheese is also savory. Okay, so just mix the chicken around. Yeah, and we're gonna sit this aside and allow it some time to marinate. Yeah, so that the flavor enters into the chicken. Okay, while that's marinating away, we're going to start with the filling. Okay? For the filling, we have baby spinach. Now, there are many ways you can treat the spinach or you can prepare the spinach. One way is like what I'm going to show you right now, which is to wilt it, yeah, with a little bit of olive oil, some garlic. But if the simplest way, the most straightforward way is actually just blanch it in hot water. Yeah, it's also possible. So it's up to you. Get a grater. So we have olive oil. The spinach is already washed and you can eat it straight away. Yeah, as a salad. So these are baby spinach. Okay? You do not want it too hot because you're just wilting it. If the pan is too hot, you're going to burn the spinach. Okay? Spinach in, garlic, we just grate some garlic inside. There we go. Just a hint of garlic, yeah, for flavor. Beautiful. Little bit of salt. Again, you tend to see me seasoning a lot, yeah, but I season at every single layer of the dish, and I season a little bit at a time, yeah, because the last thing you want is the chicken is flavorful, but the filling doesn't have taste. You know, everything that we do needs to have taste, needs to have seasoning. There we go, nice. Yeah, with the addition of garlic, suddenly the whole kitchen smells wonderful. Can. Okay, we're almost done. You see, tadi kita masuk macam banyak kan, but as you wilt the spinach, you know, it shrinks. And what you're really left isn't something that's a lot. Yeah? There we go. And now, we're going to add in the feta cheese. So this is feta cheese. For those of you who might not be familiar with feta cheese, you can get it in the store. Yeah, it's a semi-hard cheese. Yeah, so you see it crumbles when you push it down, but got this nice rich savoriness to it. Yeah. So we're adding in the feta cheese, and to that, I'm going to be adding some walnuts. So these walnuts, we have to slightly chop it a little bit because if not, it's going to be too big to enter or to use as a stuffing. So this will also give texture. This will give some texture to the stuffing. Yeah. So you're eating this chicken that's nice and crispy on the outside, but at the same time, you have this soft, you know, rich, savory filling on the inside. There we go. And what I want to do is, I'm going to just use a fork, yeah, just to mash up the cheese a bit and just to sort of incorporate all of it together. Yeah. Excuse me. There we go. It's not going to combine as well as like cream cheese or, you know, ricotta cheese. because feta is a different sort of textured cheese. Yeah, as I said, it's a semi-hard cheese, but you want it sort of everything mixed up well. So with every bite, you have the cheese, you have the nuts. Yeah. There you go. So if you're not a fan of feta cheese, other cheeses you can use are like ricotta cheese, you can use mozzarella cheese, you can use, you know, basically any kind of cheese, not hard cheese, but any soft, medium cheese. Yeah, can I get a bottle of water, please? If somebody don't mind, thank you. Sorry, guys. Minum first, huh? There we go. Okay, so now we've done the filling, right? Now we're going to start processing the chicken. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that stuffing, we're going to put it inside the chicken, okay? A good kitchen tip, anytime you're using a chopping board, I always have a kitchen towel, damp kitchen towel on the surface, because this will prevent the chopping board from sliding around, okay? So just take some water, wet it, you put your board on it, and you see, it doesn't move, okay? Now, chicken. What we want to do is just slightly open it up, yeah? So we have more space to roll, okay? And you want to feel for any bones. You want to make sure that there are no bones inside, because if they are, then it's not going to be pleasant, yeah? Because it's supposed to be a boneless piece of meat, and if you all of a sudden have bones, someone might break their tooth lah. Okay? There we go. Fantastic. Another one. Repeat the same thing. This, you sometimes get a lot of excess skin. Yeah? I normally will discard this from the roulade. You can save it to use for other things, like, you know, when you're making chicken rice, you want to make crispy chicken skins, you can do that. Okay? The other reason why we're opening it up is also so that it cooks faster. If the chicken is too thick, then yeah, what's going to happen is it's going to take a long time to cook, and some parts within the roulade are not going to cook evenly. Yeah? And if you find veins, it's a good time to remove these veins, okay? There we go, beautiful. Okay? Now, you'll need butcher string. This is butcher string. You can get it in, I think, supermarkets, yeah? So we get this from supermarkets. We use this for your lamb, your chicken, any kind of meat that you want to hold in shape as you roast or as you pan fry, yeah? This butcher string works magic, okay? So we're done with the chicken. Now we're going to stuff it, okay? How we're going to stuff it is basically very simple. Just take a little bit of this stuffing. Yeah, put it inside. Now you cannot stuff too much, okay? Because if you stuff too much, then as you cook, everything is just going to fall out, and you're not going to be able to roll it very well. So just put just enough, yeah? It's already quite a bit. and we roll. Okay? So this is what we want. There we go. The next one. Fantastic. And we roll. Okay? Now, we're going to use the butcher string, yeah, to secure it together. So you want to take quite, you rather have more than less. So take about sedepa, sejengkal, depa, apa? Depa. I forgot this depa jengkal thing. Anyway, yeah. So we start, by putting this underneath, and we tie the first knot, a dead knot. Ya, ini ikat mati. Okay. Okay, there we go. And then we move backwards. So I will move about an inch away from the first ikatan, go underneath the chicken. Yeah. So kita akan masukkan ke bawah. Yeah, we put it under. Pull it out, and this is so that we do not have to tie another knot, and we move straight into the next section. Yeah, there we go. And we will repeat the process till the end. So sometimes you're doing 3 ties per leg. Sometimes you're doing 2. It's barely ever 2. Sometimes it's 4. There we go. Okay, and the last one, same thing. We go underneath. We come back out. But for the last one, obviously, kita harus ikat mati lah. Yeah, supaya the whole thing stays. There we go. So you can use this technique to roast the chicken, or it's the same way you tie when you're tying, like when we're tying lamb legs. Yeah, it's the same method. There we go. Okay, extra yang lebih tu kita potong lah. There we go. So that's one. Okay. Now we're going to do the other. If there are any questions, I think now we can take a couple of questions. Some of you look a bit lost, this thing, like, what is he doing? Yeah? If there are, just shoot them away. So we're doing 2 legs, 2 roulades. So I'm just repeating the same process, so it gives you another chance to see if you missed the first time. Yeah. So again, we tie, the first knot is a dead knot, and then we move up an inch, we go around, and then we come under. So you get something like this, As you can see on this side, something like this. Then we repeat the same process again. We go around the chicken under, come under the string that goes around, pull. Yeah, so we get something that's nice and sort of tight. Okay, last bit, same thing. But as we do the last one, again, like I say, kita nak ikat mati supaya the ikatan tak terkeluar bila kita masak lah. Yeah, there we go. Daniel,
Yes, chef. Hi.
Some people got questions or no?
Yes, there are quite a number of questions
Yeah.
here that I've
Okay.
received. Okay, but
Shoot.
then I can't help but to notice one of your audience here, if I'm not mistaken, Anthony. Hi, Anthony. I think you're cooking, right? If I'm not mistaken. It seems
Anthony,
like-
are you cooking?
Yeah, it seems like he's doing something. So I think, Anthony, are you cooking?
Yeah, I thought it's supposed to be cooking.
Yo! No, I mean, which is great, I'm really happy. But okay, can you follow up? Is chef going too fast?
It's very fast.
Very fast, chef. You need to go slower.
Okay, because I didn't know you cooking, ma bro.
Aye.
I didn't think anyone was cooking.
Anthony, good job. Thanks for participating.
Because-
Literally participating.
You know, I see Nazib like sitting down like Cleopatra. I see Iman like, chill there. So I didn't think anybody was cooking.
Okay, so maybe chef, you can go a little bit slower for the benefit of everybody. Kok ada yang mungkin dia tercepatkan. So chef, okay, that's one note. But Anthony, good job. I'm really happy that you're enjoying yourself over there. Okay, Anthony, I would need you to mute your mic back again. Thank you so much. All right, so moving on to our first question. I would like to call up to Miss Ng Lee Luan. Miss Ng Lee Luan, hi. Hi, Miss Ng.
Hi.
Miss Ng, I can't hear you.
Chef, can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Yes.
Alright.
Okay.
Hi,
Miss
hi,
Ng,
yeah.
would you like to ask your question? Would you like to pose your question to our chef?
Yeah, just now you wilted the spinach. Will blanching it work?
What about blanching the spinach? Will that work?
Blanching the spinach.
Yeah, can. As I mentioned earlier, wilting is one way on with some olive oil and all that. But you can also blanch it with hot water. Yeah, if you blanch it with hot water, what I would normally do after is sort of shock it with ice water so that it maintains the nice and green color. Yeah, but you must also remember if you're going to blanch it in hot water, you will need to squeeze out all that water. Yeah, because if not, you're going to make the filling very, very runny. Okay?
Alright.
I hope that answers your question.
Great.
So
Yeah, great.
Miss Ng,
Thank
did
you.
chef okay, all right. Thank you so much, Miss Ng. You may mute your mic now. Thank you. All right, so I'd like to pick on the next question that we have, chef.
Yes,
This is
please.
from Tihani Zahira. Tihani Zahira, I tak nampak you. Okay, hi. Hai adik. Okay, hi Tihani. Okay, you nak tanya soalan you kepada chef tak?
Hi.
Tihani, I tak dengar you. We can't hear you.
Nak.
Oh, okay.
Lai. Apa soalan dia?
Hai
Mat?
chef.
Hello. Apa khabar?
Dah kuatkan suara.
Hah?
Hai.
Hey.
Kalau baik, soalan saya.
Ya.
Lambat soalan dia, lagging
Ah,
sabar guys.
Why you use, kenapa guna serbuk bawang putih berbanding dengan bawang putih biasa yang untuk perapkan ayam tu?
Berbanding dengan bawang
Kenapa,
yang segar,
kenapa
the
guna
fresh one.
yang fresh, okay. Well,
yang segar?
sebab serbuk bawang putih dia kering. Ya, saya tak gunakan apa-apa yang basah untuk perapkan ayam saya. Ya, kalau saya gunakan yang basah nanti dalam tu sebab kita buat filling, dalam filling kita akan menjadi sangat runny, sangat cair. Ya, dan lebih satu lagi yang serbuk punya dia akan masuk rasa lebih cepat daripada yang segar. Ya, kalau kita perapkan semalaman boleh tak ada masalah. Kita boleh blend bawang tu dengan bahan-bahan lain, rempah-rempah lain, marinate, simpan dalam peti sejuk. Tapi kalau kita nak masak terus, dia tak akan masuk flavor dia. Faham?
Okay, faham?
Faham? Okay, faham?
Terima kasih.
Ada ke soalan tambahan kot untuk chef? Okay Okay, dah clear Alright, okay, thank you so much adik. Okay, next kita ada soalan daripada Adrian Tan. Alright, Adrian Tan has got a question. Adrian, would you like to ask the question to our chef? Mana Adrian? I tak nampak dia. Tiba-tiba dia dah hilang dah. Okay. Alright, Adrian, you might need to unmute your mic because I can't hear you.
I've unmuted already.
Okay.
Yes.
Can hear you
We
now.
Can hear you
Good.
great.
Okay, I actually have two questions. The first question is, can I substitute the thigh meat with, let's say, breast meat? And the second question is, can I use maybe cashew nuts instead of walnuts?
To answer both questions, yes. You can substitute the thigh meat with breast meat. That is not an issue. It's just in the tying, in the butterflying, the breast meat, it needs to be a certain way. Yeah. So if you can search it online. There are many YouTube videos on how to make chicken roulade, and a lot of people in the West actually use the breast to make chicken roulade. Yeah. It's just that here in Asia, a lot of people prefer eating the thigh meat. Yeah, the dark side of the meat. In terms of walnuts to cashew nuts, no issue at all. You can even put any kind of different, like, you know, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds. Just don't use watermelon seeds, lah.
Okay.
I don't know where that came from. I know that was lame, but you're most welcome, brother.
All right, so I hope Chef answered your question. Okay, maybe I think we still have one to two more slots for questions. Anyone has an impromptu question suddenly? Raise up your hand, then maybe.
I think that Nazreen had a question that popped up, right? Something about the recipe. Is it Nazreen? Or?
Nazri, you ada soalan ke? Oh, tak ada, okay. He wants to reserve his question for the next one.
Okay.
Okay, Foz, I would need you to open up your camera because we can't see you, unfortunately. Okay, we have another question from Azizan. Bolehkah kita tukar ayam kepada daging?
Boleh tukar ayam kepada daging. But again, it's not as simple as just changing it up. The filling you can use for beef as well, but again, how you're going to tie the beef, what part of the beef, you know, and then how the cooking method for the beef, the roasting and all that, it's a whole different recipe, yeah, different techniques being used.
Okay, Chef, one more question from
Yes.
Nazib. Nazib, can you unmute your mic so that we can hear you? Okay, Nazib ada tak?
Hello.
Hi Nazib. Okay.
Okay,
So guys, let's just give. Okay, maybe you want to move. Okay. All right.
your turn. Hi.
Okay. Nazib, we can't hear you, so you might want to unmute your mic. Tak dengar kak.
Recipe given don't have spinach.
Yeah, okay. I realized that this morning. I forgot to include spinach in the recipe.
That's right.
So I don't know how.
Because I saw the
Actually,
recipe
don't
and-
tell Anthony because I don't know how Anthony is doing it without spinach.
Anthony, what did you use to replace the spinach, huh?
You got it.
What I did is I cut this into small strips and then cook it.
Nice. Fantastic. Yeah, guys.
Because I only got I don't.
We have a revised one.
Huh?
Can we have a revised one? Can we have a revised one?
I'm not
Sure,
whether
Ken. We will revise the recipe and send it to you. This 1,000
thanks.
apologies.
Wow, not bad lah. Anthony can, you know, he just
Improvise.
Improvise, yes, that's the word. So
Okay.
thank you so much, Nazib, Anthony. So you've already muted your mic. So I'm really happy that everyone is really excited today, Chef. Good job, man. I mean, Anthony is cooking himself. Everyone is taking note.
Yeah, man.
She even noticed that you didn't include spinach in your recipe.
I know, right?
Aduh.
So,
Okay.
we're going to continue, okay? If not, this is going to take forever. So, I've got cling film here, and I've just pulled some out. And what this cling film is going to do is, this is going to help set the shape as well. And also, while we cook it, it's going to help retain all the juices of the chicken, the natural sweetness of the chicken within the chicken itself. So, it's sort of cooking in its own juice, yeah? But before that, I'm just going to add a bit more salt on the skin, just so that we have this nice salty skin. Okay. There we go. So, roll, tuck in. There we go. Okay, we'll need to damp the table just a little bit. This so that we have some sort of a grip on the table to roll. There we go. So, you want it tight, but not too tight. Yeah, because if you have it too tight, then it's just going to be a fat short sausage, yeah, which is not something we want because it's going to compress the meat, right? So you want something that is tight enough but also maintains the shape and not too tight. Okay, there we go. How much spinach? How much spinach I used earlier? It was a handful of spinach. Yeah. So there you go. This is what we want. Yeah. So I've done one, we're going to do the other. It's coming along great, bro. It's coming along great. I hope everyone is having as much fun as I am. Okay, so same thing with the other roulade. Roll it, tuck it in, and just roll it like a candy. Again, if the chopping board is too smooth, just damp it a little bit, and voila, does the job. Okay, a knot here.
An additional question.
Yes,
Let's say
please.
we don't have this kind of ropes at home, right? Can we just use like tali raffia or like or you know the bacang, right? We use that kind of string to tie. Can we use that?
I wouldn't recommend using tali raffia lah, because it's not hygienic.
Understand.
Okay? But this string is fairly easy to find. You know,
Where can we get it?
Supermarkets will have it. Yeah, you can get it in the supermarket, or you can get it in bakery shops. Any place that sells like kitchen appliance.
So it's not something difficult to find, lah.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
It isn't. Okay. Now, what we're going to do next, after we've put the cling film on, we're going to wrap it in foil. Yeah, because we're going to be dunking this inside hot water. And we just want to make sure that the cling film is not in direct contact with boiling water. So we use the aluminium foil to protect it. And at the same time, the aluminium foil will help as a conductor to evenly distribute heat as well within its wrapping. Same thing. You want to twist it into a shape of a candy. Yeah? There we go. So we're going to dunk it in water. Okay, there we go inside. You don't want the water to be vigorously boiling because you don't want the chicken to overcook. Yeah, chicken when it's overcooked, it's going to be dry. However, you want it on a light simmer. There we go. Make sure the chicken is submerged. You want it on a light simmer so it gently cooks the chicken. Okay. Now that we've got the most difficult thing out of the way, Anthony, are we good? Anthony, or has he left the building? You good?
My wrapping is also good.
Yes, perfect. There we go. So you wrap it in the aluminium foil, chuck it into the boiling water, okay? Now that's done, I'm going to start with my potatoes. I'm using russet potatoes for this. Just cut them into chunks. Okay. Fantastic. Into boiling water. And we're going to season it with a little bit of salt. Yeah, this is to ensure the potato has flavor. Okay, now, carrots. Peel. Now, I discovered this way of cooking carrot when I was on a barbecue trip. Somebody said, you know, I'm a vegetarian, can you barbecue me some vegetables? I'm like, you know, I didn't have a lot at that point. I had some carrots, so I put carrots actually on the barbecue pit without boiling it prior. It took a while, but the result was phenomenal, you know. So ever since then, I've truly enjoyed eating carrots this way. Okay, so I have, I'll use all three. There we go. So you want to have carrots that are not too thick, yeah, so that the heat can penetrate through. If the carrot is too thick, then you know it's going to take a long time before this is ready, right? And I'm just going to cut the carrot in half. There we go. So we get this nice flat surface where we can pan fry, and this is where all the natural sugars in the carrot will be caramelized. Yeah. There we go. Okay, fantastic. Okay. There we go. This will take a while, so you know that's why I'm starting it ahead of time. Yeah.
We've got one question from
Yes, sir.
Nazrin.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Nazrin, shoot.
Nazrin, you might want to unmute your mic. Okay.
Huh?
Just a moment. All right, Nazrin, can you repeat your question?
Alright. What's the difference between using normal potatoes and russet potatoes in your cooking?
What's the difference between using normal potatoes and russet potatoes in cooking?
Well, you see, there are many different potatoes for many different purposes. Yeah, the starch content. Some potatoes, the starch content is higher. Some potatoes, starch content is lesser. Some potatoes are waxier. You know, so there are specific potatoes for specific purposes. So russet is a good potato for frying, for baking, because it's nice and fluffy. If you do so, you would realize sometimes when you're not specific with buying the potatoes, and when you use it to fry, you find that your potato is sometimes soggy, you know, and it's not because of you. It's simply because you use the wrong potato. You know what I mean? So there are some potatoes that are great for boiling, like making your potato salads, but there are some potatoes that are specific for frying or baking.
So maybe, Chef, you can walk us through what are some of the potatoes that is used for what kind of purpose? Like for russets, you said it's good for baking and, sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, good for baking, then and frying. Like, you know, I think the normal potatoes we get here are like chat potatoes. You know, when we go to our normal market, dia tak ada tulis potato apa-apa, dia just kentang. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, when I want to fry the potato, I have to make sure I get russets. If not, sometimes it's going to be great, sometimes it's going to be soggy, sometimes it's, you know, just going to absorb all the oil, and that's not what we want. Okay? So, you can smell already the carrot, yeah, that I've put in, and it smells great. And there's a thing that it is just carrot, yeah? There we go. So to this, I'm going to be adding olive oil. Again, it's on a low medium heat. Yeah. We don't want it to burn, but we want it to char really nicely. Now, as for the Brussels sprouts, I'm just cutting them in half. Okay? And we're going to do the same thing with the Brussels sprouts. I know a lot of people don't like eating Brussels sprouts, me included before, but I've now only eat Brussels sprouts one way, which is the way I'm going to show you how to cook it. Yeah, it's by charring it. And this way of cooking raw vegetables, you can also use it to cook broccoli, and you get an amazing result. Like I serve a broccoli salad in my restaurant that we call charred broccoli salad, and we again just some olive oil, we put it on a pan, and we get the nice floret sort of a little bit burnt here and there. You know, you get this wonderful aroma, and it's you'd just be surprised. Yeah, so it's something you can try at home. There we go. You see this, all this color? This color is due to the caramelization that's happening from the natural sugars of the carrot. Fantastic. Oh, look at that. This is nice. Yeah, but this is not enough. I'm gonna char it even more. So once this carrot is done, right, we're just gonna season it with a little bit of salt and dress it with a little bit of lemon juice and a slight drizzle of honey, yeah, just to give a nice richness to it. That's it. Okay, Brussels sprouts. And then I'm using a little bit of purple carrot. Now this is mainly for aesthetic purposes. Yeah, you don't have to use purple carrot if you don't have purple carrot. It is relatively expensive compared to your normal carrot. So again, I'm doing it just for aesthetic purposes. Yep. There we go. Again, cut the carrot in half. Anthony, are you doing okay, Anthony? Fantastic. Awesome. Yeah, there we go. Okay, purple carrots go in as well. Okay, the chicken. We're putting the chicken in for about 20 minutes. So it's been in there for about 5, 6, 7 minutes. Yeah, so almost halfway there. Okay. Now the potato, once it's boiled, we're gonna have to throw the water away. Yeah, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna add butter into the pot, and from there we're gonna add some garlic, we're gonna add some thyme, some herbs inside, and it's just that potato is gonna absorb all that wonderful flavor from the garlic, the thyme, the butter. Okay.
Wow, chef, I can really smell the
carrots.
food. Oh my god, it smells really good. Okay, chef, we've got one question from Azian.
Yes.
Azian, would you like to unmute your mic and shoot away to our chef? Azian? Alright, dia lagi sikit. Okay, maybe you can ask on behalf of Azian lah macam tu, kalau dia tak ada. Azian, Kak, you kena unmute you punya mic. Kak kena unmute mic dulu. Mic masih mute, Kak. Okay dah unmute dah, Kak. Oh, Kak tak pandai Tak apa, I tolong tanyakan boleh, Kak? I tolong tanyakan Okay, Kak Azian tanya bagaimana kalau tukar dari rebus kepada bakar? How about the texture and berapa lama kalau tempoh bakar?
Untuk apa?
I think the ayam.
Ayam, okay. Nanti kita akan pan fry ayam itu untuk dapatkan kulit yang cantik. The reason why I cook dalam air dan dibalut sebab itu akan retainkan lebih banyak flavor. Okay? Kalau kita masukkan ke dalam oven boleh juga. Bila kita dah ikat dengan tali itu, ya, kita masukkan ke dalam oven suhu 180 darjah Celsius dan kita bakar untuk lebih kurang setengah jam hingga 45 minit pun boleh juga, tak ada masalah. Tetapi bila kita buat dengan cara itu, banyak flavor akan hilang dia akan jatuh kepada pan, Bila kita balutkan dengan cling film dan aluminium foil, ayam tu sedang dimasak dalam jus dia sendiri. So kita tak ada hilang flavor apa-apa. So that's the whole point.
It's a very good point because some of our viewers are questioning why guna aluminium foil, kenapa bukan kain? So
Kenapa bukan apa? Kain.
Kain. Dia balut dengan kain dan rebus.
Kain.
Entahlah nak. Tapi anyway guys, that answers your curiosity. Chef dah explain dah kenapa dia guna aluminium foil supaya juice dia, the juice itself, dia akan, it will it will cook in its own juice.
Correct.
Okay, I've got another question from Han Chen. Han Chen, would you like to unmute your mic? Unmute your mic and then shoot away the questions to our chef.
Shoot away.
Is Han Chen around? Okay, Han Chen, okay good. Alright, just a moment. Alright, it's a little bit laggy. I can't hear you yet. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Can you
now
hear
we
me?
can hear you. Awesome.
Yes.
All right. I would like to know, there are many ingredients when you go to the market. How to identify ingredients from sustainable sources? I mean, is there a possibility to identify?
Well, that one, I think here in Malaysia, the only way to really identify is by going to a specific market that promotes that. Because, if you walk to any market here in, just any market, chances are you're not going to find what you want. I'm sure you're talking about sustainable farming and etc., right? Yeah, so you
fresher
need
ingredients,
so you need to look for a specific market that sells sustainable produce. From your eggs to your vegetables to your chicken, especially chicken.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
See, talk about sustainability. This is not sustainable.
All right, chef. So, okay,
thank you.
maybe on top of that, I've got
Yes.
another. Thank you, Han Chen. Thanks for your question. I hope chef managed to clarify on that. All right, so chef, I've got another question.
Yes.
Is there any difference in using organic products and non-organic? The outcome will be different, is it?
Outcome is different because the quality of the produce itself is different. When you use organics, oftentimes the vegetables are farmed very properly, and I've done this before when I was in France. Someone just picked up carrots from a farm in the backyard, and I tasted the carrots. I'm like, wow, I've never had carrots so tasty, compared to the carrots that we get here back home. So yes, there is a difference when the carrot is farmed mainly for commercial purposes. Then obviously, it's going to be shortcut all the way. I've went to tomato farms that we have here in Malaysia. It looks like tomato. I bit into it. I didn't taste tomato at all. So it's these things lah. So if you have a specific place, it's worth. I know it's a bit more expensive, but if you can afford it, it's definitely worth going for it. Because yes, there will be a difference in produce taste.
All right, so another question from. Okay, her name is in Korean lah, so I don't know how to read it. But I call you Ajuma 127.
Ajuma.
All right, so 127. Some Korean letterings and then 127. She asked, okay, where is she? Mana dia? Dia ada tak kat sini? Okay, hai kak. Kak nampak tak? Okay, kak dah unmute dah. Okay, so maybe kak nak tanyakan soalan kepada chef.
Hi.
Okay, saya nak tanya, boleh tukar kepada duck?
Boleh tukar apa?
Duck.
Boleh Sorry kak?
Ganti chicken to duck.
Boleh ganti chicken to duck tak?
Duck.
Yeah.
Boleh, tetapi I think for the duck recipe, kita punya inti, maybe we might change a little bit. because ada beberapa, some ingredients go well with chicken, some ingredients go well with duck, and duck always, bila kita makan duck, especially in this format, serving it in this format, roulade and all that, you probably eating it with some fruits, so it's a different recipe altogether again. Yeah, because
Any
duck
cheese?
punya rasa pun lain.
Oh.
Okay.
Then the cheese boleh ganti dengan mozzarella.
Kan, boleh ganti dengan mozzarella, boleh ganti dengan cheddar, boleh ganti dengan ricotta, boleh, tak ada masalah. Okay?
And then masak tu method boleh guna baking.
Baking. Tadi I dah jawab, kalau kita bake, boleh, bukan tak boleh. Kita boleh masukkan ke dalam oven, tak ada masalah. Tapi cuma bila kita bake tu, banding dengan bila kita masak dengan air, kita hilang banyak flavor. Ya, dalam proses roulade ni, dia lock. So ayam tu tengah masak dengan juice dia sendiri. So kita tak ada di mana-mana yang flavor tu hilang.
Oh, kalau baking dia punya flavor boleh hilang lah.
Dia punya apa?
Flavor boleh hilang ke kalau
Flavor.
baking?
Sedikit, sebab bila kita bake tu, ya, dia expose kan, dan semua juice tu akan meleleh keluar.
Oh, and then carrot, guna baby carrot kan?
Saya gunakan carrot biasa tetapi dia kecil sikit. Sebab kita pan fry. Ya, sebab kita pan fry, kalau kita beli carrot yang tebal sangat, dia akan ambil masa yang terlampau lama. Ya, saya gunakan carrot yang kurus, so nampak ni. Just by grilling, dia pun dah lembut dah. Okay? So kita
Jadi
tak payah
kalau
nak.
nak save, pakai baby carrot.
Nak apa?
Baby carrot.
Selamat lah.
Nak selamat pakai baby carrot? Bolehlah, terpulang. Tapi saya lebih suka guna carrot yang ini.
So basically Kak, dia kena guna carrot yang kurus lah, carrot yang jangan
Yes.
tebal sangat. Tapi carrot biasa, cuma jangan tebal. Kalau tak, dia akan ambil masa lama.
Kalau guna baby carrot juga flavor sama je kan?
Kalau guna baby carrot apa dah?
Flavor baby carrot dengan carrot biasa yang kurus tu sama saja kan?
Baby carrot yang akak kata yang kecil-kecil tu cocktail carrot tu
Kita beli dekat Aeon Big ke
dia
atau
satu paket tu kan?
Itu
Itu saya tak suka guna sebab itu tak sedap langsung.
oh ya ke?
Ya, dia punya rasa
Lain sikit lah.
dia tak ada rasa carrot lah bagi saya. So yang tu saya tak guna. Okay?
Alright, okay. Thank you Kak, terima kasih.
Brussels sprouts. I'm going to continue for a bit.
Okay, can.
Yeah,
Then we will jump to the remaining questions that we have. for you.
Okay, I'm adding in the Brussels sprouts now into the same pan that we've done the carrots. Yeah, so we start charring the Brussels sprouts as well. There we go. For the potato, yep, we want to discard the water. And we're putting the potato back in the same pot. Yeah, and to that I'm going to add some butter. So this butter is going to melt inside, and the potato is just going to absorb all that wonderful flavor from the butter. Now, some of you might think, what kind of butter I'm using? I'm using the best quality butter I can find. Okay, because why? It's a simple dish, and butter plays a very important role in flavoring the potato. So if you use, a poor quality butter, then you're just going to end up with, something that won't be as nice as what it should be. So to this garlic, so this garlic is going to flavor the potato as well. There we go. The carrots are done. See the charring that's happening, and this is exactly, what we want. We want color. Woo. We want color on the Brussels sprouts, yeah, and we want more of it. Fantastic. So we've got our vegetables almost done. Our chicken is going to be ready quite soon. Thyme. We're adding thyme into the potato. Yeah, this will be the perfume for our potato dish. There we go. Can you just focus here? I want to clean the... Possible?
Go. All right, so
questions?
Chef,
Yes.
we've got a couple more questions. Oh, everyone's really excited. Okay, first question from Azian. Okay, so Azian is asking, maybe Azian nak tanya sendiri ke, ataupun I tanyakan? Okay, Azian. Okay, sekejap Dah unmute ke? Okay, hai Kak. Okay, sekejap Dia lagging sikit, kita tunggu. Okay? Line, so far semua okay everybody? So far everybody okay?
Anthony, how's Anthony doing? Where's Anthony at?
Okay, Kak Azian, okay. Boleh tanyakan soalan? Tak dengar pula. Sekejap
Can't hear you.
Okay. Alright. Okay, Kak Azian cuba cakap tengok. Alamak, tak
While we're waiting for Azian, I'm seasoning the Brussels sprouts. Yeah, I'm going to season it with a bit of salt and black pepper as well. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, maybe I'll ask on Azian's behalf.
Sure.
Dia tanya, ada beza ke aluminium foil dalam dan luar?
Aluminium foil dalam dan luar.
Oh, maybe, because kan aluminium foil dia ada both sides kan? So is there a difference?
Honestly, I don't know what the difference is. I don't know. I've used it every time I use it the way bila dia comes out. Yes, but aluminium foil kan dia dah siap roll. So when I pull it out, I put my foot in, then I roll backwards. So that's what I do all the time. So yeah, haven't done it the other way around. Before.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So next question from Adrian. Maybe Adrian, would you like to shoot the questions yourself?
Yes, hi Chef.
Hello, Adrian.
Just wondering, just now when I mentioned about the breast meat instead of thigh meat, since the breast meat is a bit dry, is it possible to substitute for a more creamier cheese like cream cheese or even blue cheese?
You can substitute it with cream cheese. Cream cheese is fine. Like I mentioned, other mozzarella, cheddar, you can even mix different cheeses together. Yeah, you can use ricotta cheese, no problem whatsoever. Okay, the cheese part is completely up to you. If you're using hard cheese, then maybe if you're mixing the cheese, you use some cheese that are soft, some cheese that are hard, then you grate them together. You grate the hard cheese inside for flavor, you mix all of it up when you're doing the stuffing. Okay?
Right. Thanks, Chef.
All right, thanks Adrian. One
There
more
we
question from Nazib. Nazib, you nak I tanyakan soalan ni tak? Ataupun you nak tanyakan? Okay, Nazib wants to ask herself. Okay, just a moment.
Salted
Let's wait
or
for
unsalted?
butter.
Butter, I
Yeah,
always
butter.
use salted. I always
Salted.
use salted. Selalu.
What's the
Yeah?
difference, salted and unsalted?
Salted and unsalted, lo?
I mean, like, does it contribute to different? I mean, like, would it taste nice because it's?
For me, because I love salt.
I see.
Yeah, I love salt, and to me, if it is not salty, not salted, I find it's lack of flavor.
I see.
Yeah, so that's why I say For me, it has to be salted. Yep.
All right.
But I think a lot of people, when they use unsalted butter, there are a lot of them using it for baking purposes. Yeah, because then you can control fully the amount of salt that goes into your cake or your dessert. But for me, because I don't do a lot of baking, yeah, so for me, salted butter is good for cooking.
Salted butter. Nampak sangat I tak selalu masak Tanya pula chef, what's the difference salted unsalted? So okay chef, I also can't help to notice, but you did mention something earlier. The best quality of butter. Would you like to recommend, like what kind of butter would that be?
The French butter is good. New Zealand butter is good.
French butter,
you know, just I'm not saying go out and get the most expensive butter.
Understand.
You know, just get a decent priced butter is good enough. Okay.
Okay. Another question from FD.
Yes.
Not
Shoot away.
Not fixed deposit. Yeah.
Fix.
FD is
FD.
Okay. FD. Hi. If you're ready, anytime away. All right.
Can't hear you.
Just a moment, because it takes time, all this technical stuff. All right, are we ready? Sorry, just trying, okay, just a moment. Okay, well, meanwhile, guys, I can really, the smell inside the studio right now.
Yeah, it smells good, huh?
It's so tempting, guys, it's so tempting. Okay, can you try, FD? Okay, it's alright. Can I ask on your behalf, FD? Can I? Okay, so FD is asking, is there a difference in flavor if you grate garlic versus dicing?
Yes, definitely a difference in flavor if you grate garlic versus dicing. And I'll tell you why. It is simply because when you grate, you're bruising the garlic. And with bruising the garlic, all the juices comes out as well. When you dice, you are cutting it, there is no juice that comes out of the garlic. So that's good for, like, you know, you're doing stir fries, you're doing cooking. But if you want, for something as simple as this, where, you know, there are only a few ingredients in the potato. There literally is just potato, butter, garlic, and thyme. So I want to maximize the one ingredient, garlic, to really give the flavor. So it's not, I'm not just dicing it, I'm grating it so that even the juices are all introduced into the butter to flavor the potato. I hope that answers your question, FD. Cool.
All right. So, Chef, I think you're almost there, right?
I'm almost there. I'm unwrapping the chicken.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this difficulty? For a beginner, Chef, you must stand in our non-professional point of view.
Let me see. Anthony?
Anthony!
Show me how your progress. Let me see how your progress.
How? It's still in the what?
It's still in the what?
Because I'm a few minutes late.
Anthony, it's okay, right? Your kitchen haven't...
You want to show me or no? Use point the camera at it.
What? Boiling, it's still boiling. Still boiling, can see?
I can see the lid lah.
Okay, much better.
There we go. All right, so yeah, 20 minutes, yeah?
Yeah, I'm 4 minutes behind you.
You're just behind me. See, Anthony, are you a professional cook, Anthony?
No, I'm not a professional cook. I'm a home cook.
Wow.
You see?
Okay, so how would you rate this dish today on a scale of 1 to 10? Easy ta?
The question is towards me or towards Sherson?
For you lah. Him, ayo, sorry lah. You know, kacang piece, For you, is it difficult to follow?
A 6 or 7?
6 or 7, you see?
Difficult,
it's not that hard.
Oh, not that hard. Oh, not that hard. Oh, 6. Wait. 6 is extreme. 1 is like okay.
It's okay. I thought it was 1 to 10.
Oh, what? Okay lah, can. So okay, basically it's okay lah.
It's okay lah.
Can follow lah. Not that difficult.
It's not that hard. Yeah. Okay. So I'm at a stage now where, guys, I am removing the chicken from the cling film, and there we go, right? And what we have to do, we have to wait until the chicken is cooled down before we pan fry. Okay? And the reason for this is when the chicken skin is hot, yeah, it damages very easily. So if we pan fry it now, the chicken skin is just going to tear apart. Okay? So we want to let it air dry a little bit, cool down before we start pan searing the chicken. Now, all these juices that you see, now these are the natural juices from the chicken that has cooked in itself. I know right now it doesn't look fantastic, it doesn't look great. Yeah, color-wise it's not great, but you know, it's because we have boiled it, it's because it's being poached. But once we add color to it, which is when we pan sear the chicken, then you would find, wow, it suddenly looks very, very, and you know, delicious in that sense. So
Okay.
I'll take a couple of questions while we wait for the chicken to cool down.
All right, okay. So one question from Tihani. Tihani, would you like to unmute your mic and shoot away your question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, go away. Go away. Pula shoot away. Don't go away. Don't go away. Stay here with me. Okay. All right, back to you.
Okay, sure. Tadi daripada yang I nampak masa chef masak the Brussels sprout tu, you using the fresh thyme. So nak tanya, ada beza ke kalau guna fresh thyme and thyme dalam
Botol.
container
Yang kering.
like garlic powder tadi?
Yang kering lah.
Betul.
Okay.
Ada
Beza
tak
ada.
daripada segi rasa dia?
Tentu ada. Dari segi flavor, fresh thyme dia lebih mild. Ya, dia tak begitu intense banding dengan thyme yang dalam botol sebab dia dah dikeringkan. Bila sesuatu herba atau dikeringkan, dia punya flavor akan intensify. Ya, because dia dah hilang dia punya moisture. So apa yang tinggal pure flavor. The reason why I suka guna yang fresh punya adalah sebab bila dia punya flavor tak begitu kuat, ya, dia tak akan menutupi flavor-flavor yang lain macam garlic yang saya masukkan, macam flavor butter, saya nak ada rasa butter itu sendiri. So kalau saya gunakan yang kering punya boleh, bukan kata tak boleh, tapi saya bubur sikit. Kita tak boleh bubur banyak.
Okay, faham.
Kalau bubur sama, nanti benda ni akan cuma rasa thyme sahaja. Faham tak? Hello?
Dia lag dah kat situ. Tapi dia faham tu.
Dia faham tak?
Dia faham.
You with me? Fantastic.
Okay. All right. So thank you so much, Tihani. Okay. Next. Okay. So Miss Ng apparently learned something from YouTube. She just want to put a note. So
Yes.
Miss Ng did mention about the aluminium foil that we were addressing just now. So this is for the benefit of everybody.
Please tell me.
She said we are supposed to ensure the shinier side on the outside. Just as how you take it out, the shiny part is already memang on the outside. So kat dalam tu is not so shiny. So that is supposed to be on the inside.
I see. Okay. And did they say why? Might I ask?
Okay, Miss
hi,
Ng?
it's me.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's with the processing of the foil. So I think the shinier side have some chemicals, and the inside is not that poisoning.
I see. So you eat the inside, you don't die lah. The
Yeah, I
outside.
think it's the, and also I think the shinier side is to reflect the heat, so it's
Reflect the
shinier.
heat.
That's why it's supposed to be on the outside.
I see. Understand.
Yeah,
Well, thanks
yeah.
thanks for
Thank you.
teaching me something new.
Oh,
Love
I learned
it.
this from YouTube. Thank you.
Anthony, why you tumbuk there, Anthony? Dengan botol kicap.
Anthony buat apa tu? Okay, we can't see. Okay, let's show Anthony's screen a little bit bigger. Anthony, apa yang you tumbuk tadi tu? Chef tanya.
Oh, Anthony on the phone. He making tumbuk ayam ah. Okay.
Tak apa, dia busy. Okay, let's proceed to the next question first. We've got one question from Adrian. Adrian, hi, welcome. We have one question from Adrian Tan. Adrian, would you like to unmute your mic? Okay, unmute. Okay, good.
Hi, can you
It's
hear me,
already
Chef?
unmuted.
Yes.
Hi, Chef.
Hello.
The chicken that is being rested now, is it around 80 to 90% cooked?
It should be 99% cooked.
Okay, so that means it's just browning the chicken later. On pan fry.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chef.
You're most welcome. All right, guys. So the chicken is almost cooled down already. But before I start with the chicken, I'm just going to do something real quick that is in relation to the next dish. As you can see in the recipe, I stated roselle buds. Yeah, about 10 numbers of roselle buds. But yeah, I tried searching for it everywhere yesterday and I couldn't find roselle. So I had to substitute the poaching liquid with something else. And here, what I'm using is a non-alcohol sparkling grape juice, okay? And the reason I choose this is because I want the color and I want the flavor, yeah, of that sweet, sort of berry, roselle, that profile, so that when we eat the pear, we know we're eating pear, but we get flavors from different places, yeah? I was so tempted to buy red wine, but, because this is a halal show, so we cannot buy red wine. Yeah? So yeah, this is a non-alcoholic sparkling grape juice. I hope it's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it to a pot. There we go. Yeah, and by adding it to a pot, yeah, I'm going to turn on the fire, and what that's going to do is it's going to reduce a little bit, and by reducing it intensifies the flavor, because remember, we're not going to drink this, yeah, we're not going to use this, we're just going to, the purpose of the poaching liquid is to transfer flavor into the pear, okay? Now, fantastic. This is good enough, we can already fry the chicken. Okay,
Chef, enough time for one more question.
Yes, we do.
Okay, we have one question from Ajuma127. Ajuma127, Kak.
Ajuma.
127, ya. Kak nak unmute your mic and maybe boleh tanyakan soalan itu kepada chef kita.
Sangat putih di belakang.
Okay.
Hai Chef.
Hello. So, I tunggu you tunggu I.
Macam baru jumpa.
Ya, Chef tak dengar. So,
sekarang boleh?
Hai. Masa boil chicken dalam periuk tu, kena biarkan tunggu berapa lama?
I masak tadi 20 minit.
Berapa minit?
Yes.
Okay. And then nanti nak grill chicken tu kan, how many minutes?
Apa tu?
Maknanya nak caramelize the chicken.
Oh, ini nanti secepat mungkin.
Oh, cepat mungkin, sekejap je
Yes,
lah.
sebab kita tak nak dia masak lagi. Kalau kita masakkan lebih lama, nanti dia akan jadi dry lah. Sebab ayam tu dah masak, kan?
Oh, dah masak, completely masak.
20 minit kita rebus tadi, dah masak dah.
Oh, dah masak. Okay, dengan saya.
Yeah. Sama.
Alright. Thank you, Kak.
Sama-sama.
One more question.
Yes.
From Nazib. Nazib.
Shoot.
Alright. Nazib, over to you.
If you're using your roselle bud, the process will be the same.
Okay, so in the recipe I stated if you're using roselle buds, you prepare the roselle buds, you put them in water, you add sugar to it, and then you boil.
Okay.
So when you boil it, you extract all that flavor from the roselle, and roselle kan dia macam masam pahit sikit. Yeah, dia kelak. Yeah, so that's why there's a lot of sugar that's being added into it. Yeah, so but we want
like
that
a jam,
aroma.
like a jam.
Not like a jam. It needs to be like liquid, like water.
Okay, okay.
Chai.
Okay.
Yeah, because then only when we put the pear inside, that liquid is the pear is going to absorb that liquid. If it becomes like a jam or like a syrup, they pekat. They very hard for the liquid to penetrate into the pear.
So what weighing for the sugar and the roselle and the water?
So I would put
many?
let's say 10 roselle buds to about 10 tablespoons of sugar. This sounds a lot, I know,
Okay,
But
okay.
for the liquid, we would probably go with 4 cups of water.
Okay.
Yeah. So we boil it, reduce it, and then we put the pear inside it. Got it? So while
10 tablespoons of sugar,
Correct.
Alright. Semua okay dah?
Okay, thanks.
Kak Nazib? Alright, thank you.
Okay,
Hope you're
okay,
enjoying the session so far. Okay, back to you now, Chef.
Okay, back to me. You're back to me, yeah? Okay, well, I thought there would be more questions, so So what I'm gonna do is now, I put the chicken just a little while longer, yeah, to rest. What I'm doing now is I'm actually just peeling the pear so that I can put it into the poaching liquid, because to poach it will take a little bit of time, yeah? So when we poach the pear, what we're doing is we're cooking the pear a little bit, so from a nice crunchy texture, it's going to be a little bit soft. And the reason why I chose this pear, atau apa orang kita kata buah lai, lai kan, is because I like the crunchiness of this particular pear. But if you have the green pears, the one that's a bit softer, you can use that as well. Only difference is you won't get as exciting a texture as with this version of pear. Okay, so now as we peel, we can see the permukaan. It's sort of it's very absorbent. It will absorb any flavor that you sink this pear inside to. Okay, so.
Chef, can we experiment with any other fruits as well, like maybe apples and stuff?
You can experiment with apple, but I think apple as a fruit, the texture of the flesh isn't the same as a pear. That's why traditionally a lot of fruits, poached fruits being used, recipes are pears. Yeah. So I'm just going to peel another one and drop it in. Now, ideally you would want to use a pot that is high enough when you sit the pear inside, the whole pear is submerged. Yeah. But again, because I had to buy this thing, and it's not exactly the cheapest thing, so I will make do with whatever I have. Okay. But that's why I say if you're using the recipe, yeah, the 4 cups of water to the 10 buds roselle, 15 buds roselle, that would suffice to poach the entire pear, have it submerged inside the liquid.
Chef, there are some people from the live that actually ask, will we be expecting a Christmas menu upcoming? Because today's menu is maybe not for, you can use it for Christmas, I don't know.
Today's menu, it's actually something you can do for Christmas. So this is a pre-Christmas giveaway.
Oi. But if it's Christmas meal, then what would you recommend? Or
you know what? You've just got to wait for it. Log on to Sherson Lian TV on YouTube. It's my new channel. It's got a lot of interesting stuff on there. Subscribe, and then you'll be the first to know when we have a Christmas thing out.
Wow.
Yeah? So it's not if, it's when. Okay?
So guys, Chef already answered your questions. He said yes. It's just not if, but it's when. So
correct.
Go to his YouTube channel as well.
Okay, so because the pear is not fully submerged, yeah, I will have to, sort of flip it around once in a while, do a bit of a tango with it, just so that, the entire pear absorbs the flavor. And to this poaching liquid, feel free to experiment. If you want to experiment, you can experiment with some spices, like, let's say, cinnamon. Yeah, I've got, okay, I'm just experimenting as I'm thinking I'm doing, okay? So I've got a couple of cloves, yeah, that I can add in as well. And these cloves, they are sweet spices, yeah? So you can add cloves, you can add cinnamon, you can add star anise, and these will sort of give flavor and perfume to the poaching liquid, hence the pear will have that hint of spice when you eat it later on. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Yes? And I'm doing this just to give you free hand in terms of how you want to explore, what kind of spices you want to put. Don't put curry leaf lah, okay?
Okay, Chef, one question from...
That would be funny though. It's like, apa ni dessert ada apa rasa curry kan?
Itu eksperimental sangat lah.
Itu
Okay,
dah
so one question from Ajuma 127.
Ajuma, yes.
Ajuma 127. Okay, jom kita tanyakan soalan.
Tadi dia punya liquid boleh guna jus roselle yang dalam botol yang sedia minum tu. Berapa banyak dia punya sukatan?
Can she use the juice roselle yang sedia ada
Boleh.
dalam botol?
Boleh. Berapa banyak tu sebenarnya cukup untuk menutupi pair lah. Ya. So itu kalau you tengok di sini, bro, if you want to focus here sekejap. Bang. Thank you. If you look here, yeah, this is what's happening. Yeah, as I turn, you know, the pear is absorbing that liquid from all that flavor from the liquid, and now you know it's not boiling vigorously. It's a slight, you know, panas, panas tapi tak mendidih sangat. Okay, and now with the aromas, you can even smell the cloves that I've put in already. Okay, so that's fantastic. Now, chicken. We need to finish the chicken dish. Oh my God.
So one question from Elaine. She wants
Okay,
me
come,
to
Elaine.
read for her on her behalf. If you use red wine, what is the ratio?
If you use red wine, I'm not supposed to be talking about it, is it? Teet. Like, pour me a glass now! If you use red wine,
It's okay. You can just.
depends on the kind of red wine you use. Like, I would use like a Lambrusco, because a Lambrusco is sweet, right? And it's very dessert, you know, it's a dessert wine. So then, you know, just pour the red wine in there. And the best part is, you don't throw this poaching liquid. You can turn it into a sauce. You know, so you reduce it, continue to reduce it, and you can turn it into a sauce which you can put over your dessert in future. Like, you can use it as a sauce for your ice cream. If you're having vanilla ice cream, you know, you can drizzle over it. Just that if you're not using Lambrusco, if you're using a regular wine, then you might need to add sugar to it as well. And then the amount of sugar you add to it will depend on what you like. You know, you taste the poaching liquid. As long as you like the taste of the poaching liquid, you're gonna like the taste of the pear. Okay? I hope that answers your question.
Maybe Chef, one question about yourself. Like,
Yes.
you know, throughout your whole career, what is the one thing that you maybe that's most memorable to you, that have really shaped you, perhaps?
The one thing that is most memorable to me would be the fact that I was chosen to do Great Dinners of the World. Because that was an opportunity for me to cook with 3 other chefs, very, very established chefs, and I was coming from a point where, you know, we did our family business. We sold fried rice and 10 ringgit chicken chops, so that's where I came from in terms of food, right? And all of a sudden, I have to cook with these culinary giants that are cooking things like foie gras, Hokkaido scallops, lobsters, this and that. These are stuff that prior to the show, I've not been exposed to. So being selected to join the show and be a part of the show really was a milestone in my career, because that opened my eyes into seeing how, you know, the other side of the culinary and how vast it is. And yeah, especially at that level.
True. But Chef, like, you know how technologies is like, you know, it's just at your fingertips. You know,
Correct.
things are very different today. Would you
Exactly.
still recommend a person to go for culinary? Like, would you recommend them to take up culinary arts as a course to study, or like, you know, because everything is just accessible at YouTube today. You can just learn anything that you want. It's so customizable. Does it make much of a difference?
I would recommend still going to culinary school. You know, whatever you learn on YouTube, you cannot replace formal education with just YouTube. But it's also not to say that without formal education you can't do it. Like, I didn't go through any formal education, yet here I am today. But if you ask me, I wish I had the opportunity to go into, you know, formal education, because why? You learn things the way they should be done. Not making mistake, then oh, it's like this. You get what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah. Anyway, now I've just put the chicken in. You can see the chicken skin is sort of dry, and that's what we want. Yeah. This chicken skin is dry because when the chicken skin is dry, then we can achieve something that's nice and crispy. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, when we're doing this, again, all we need is to color the chicken. Okay, and then we are already ready to serve.
So we're nearing to the end of the
We're
first
nearing
dish.
to the end of the first dish. Okay. There we go. We're achieving color, and that's what we want. I'm flame full whack. Yeah. Again, because we've cooled the chicken down, we've dried the skin. It's not so fragile anymore. Okay. Okay. While we wait for the chicken, let's start plating.
Any tips in plating? Like what makes a good plating? how do we make it aesthetic? That's what we're all about. The younger generations today, at least.
Well, I think it's very subjective. You know, you like for me this is nice, for you that's not. But what I'd say is what makes good plating is afterthought. You know, some people they just put it. There you go. You know. So, but if you have some thought into it, then you'd see the food being presentable. And I'm not just saying from a fine dining standpoint, even from a home cook standpoint. You know, put some afterthought into it. Where you want to put the carrot. Think about the colors. Think about the elements that will be on the plate and how they're going to look, and then you do it.
Okay.
Then you would. Chances are you get something that you're going to like.
All right, so we're actually almost close to the end of our first dish. Just in case if anybody have questions, maybe you can raise up your hands so we can do some impromptu questions along the way. Anybody? All right, maybe they're reserving their questions first. So as we can see right now, the chef is plating his first dish.
Correct.
Anthony, doing okay? Okay, good. Good. Ada siapa-siapa ke yang termiss apa details ke whatever ke? Semua okay eh? And also just a couple of notes. I mean, just in case if you ever miss any details or whatever, you can still watch the replay. You can watch the playback at GF's Facebook or YouTube. We're also streaming live on Tinker Studios, YouTube, Gempa, and Astro Malaysia's YouTube and also Facebook. So these are the few platforms that you can actually watch the playback. Alright, but of course, the main highlight, go to GF's Facebook, watch the playback, it's all there. Everything is there. And also there are other updates on, what other events is upcoming, what other activities do they have, what other sessions, virtual sessions do they have. So I believe today is not the only session we have with Chef Sherson.
And let's see, if they love me enough, then I'll be happy to do this again.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what we want. Yep. Nice color on the chicken. Just a little bit more.
I just saw someone asking, have you ever thought about cooking with Chef One, collaborating with other chefs together, other local chefs that we have?
Yes, definitely. I think we've always. I'm always open for collaborations. So if the opportunity does arise, why not? We can do it.
Okay. Maybe we can ask Anthony, how is he doing with this dish?
Yes.
Anthony, can you tell us and share us something?
Yeah, okay, but I don't have the char that he has yet. I don't know why. Is it? You need to put oil when you are cooking it.
Yes,
Put some olive.
correct. I put a bit of olive oil. Okay.
So have the char. I think my fire is not as good as yours. Definitely.
Doesn't matter. Take your time.
Cool.
No rush. Okay, so now the chicken is out. You can see that we've got nice color on the chicken, and that's exactly what we want. Okay, so what we have to do now is we have to cut, and we are also going to remove the string. It's just when we remove the string, it's important to note that sometimes the skin will stick to the string, and if you're not careful, you will rip the skin out. Okay, so you just got to take your time with it, and because we've put so much of effort into this dish now, the last thing we want to do is ruin it right before serving. Okay?
Wow, that looks really tempting, chef.
Looks really good.
Yeah.
Woo. There we go. See, do I have the scissors? Yeah, I do. There we go. And you also want to make sure that, you know, you make sure you remove all the string. You don't want to serve it together with any string inside. Then it's a different recipe altogether.
Kaliwa.
Correct. Okay. So just gently remove. And the thing is, you know exactly where you put the strings, right? So just remove it according to where you have tied. Okay, one, done. There we go. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So just gently remove. Yeah, follow through to the back. Yeah. So you can serve this. Why I said, you know, you can make this for Christmas, is that it's got all the Christmas flavors in here. You know, except that we're not using tequila. You know, you've got your greens, you've got your cheese, you've got your walnuts. Walnut is a very Christmassy thing. You've got a poached pear that's going on, with stuffing and also pastry. So yeah, it's a recipe that you can use for Christmas. There we go. Fantastic. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut the chicken and then we're going to plate. Yeah. So I'll be doing two different platings because we have extra, and then you can see like what kind you want to go with. See, chicken inside, it's nice and juicy, if you can see. Yeah. And this is achieved because, remember, when I spoke a lot about keeping the chicken within its own juices, and it's cooking within its own juices, so there's no loss of flavor and there's no loss of moisture. Okay?
So do we have a sauce to go along with this? Or
I'm not making a sauce to go along with this,
okay.
Simply because there is a filling.
I see.
Yeah. If we introduce a sauce, then you're like, which is going to be which? You know. Yeah. So that's why.
So in total, the preparation for this dish is about 45 minutes plus minus, yeah?
45 minutes plus minus. I mean, yeah, you can. I'd normally be able to cook a lot faster if I wasn't.
Talking. I mean, yeah. I mean, for everyone's speed lah. Like especially like a beginner myself. Yeah. Wow.
So this is one that's done. There you go. Again, oh, I mentioned I'm going to drizzle a little bit of lemon juice and honey. Okay, so the chicken is done. You can have a look at how the chicken looks like. You've got the spinach inside, yeah, you've got the cream cheese, chicken, the flesh itself is nice and juicy, and you have the char of the vegetables.
I was told that lemon is actually it's a magic ingredient to many things. Is that true?
Lemon is a
magic ingredient. It helps with many things. I don't know. I mean, perhaps there's a science behind it or something.
well, it's a magic ingredient. Well, it's sour. You can put it in your mouth and it changes your face straight away. Sure. But the thing about lemon, the enzymes, the acid, it helps break down food. It helps, the acid helps cook food as well. So if you're having stuff like raw seafood, raw fish, you add some lemon to it, it becomes a ceviche. You know, it cures the bacteria that's in raw food. So that's what lemon does, aside from just being sour. So I'm adding a little bit of lemon on the carrots, as I mentioned earlier. Yeah, just a little bit, and a little bit of honey.
So to those of you watching this, must be really nice to have a kitchen like that.
Yeah, so it's just a little bit of honey to sweeten things out. So this is one way. If your kids, what?
I believe everyone is feeling really hungry.
He's just
right
watching and like he's
Yeah.
happy eating there, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is our first dish, the chicken roulade with Brussels sprouts, carrots, and potato. There you go. You can have a look. Which side would look more amazing for you?
That looks really tempting, really delicious.
Okay, so that's one way of presenting when you want to sort of do something that is plated individually, or if you want to do something that family can eat together, then we'll do something like this. Nice. We'll do something like this. Okay.
This is a plating for family, right? You're saying?
Yeah. If we're plating for a family, we've sort of mix it around so you got all the different colors there. And to this, the lemon juice and a little bit of the honey.
Okay, I've got one question from Facebook. What kind of
Yes.
honey would go best with the dish? Or any honey is the same?
No, not any honey is the same. But I'd say your favorite honey.
Your favorite honey?
Because some people like, Manuka honey, some people like the raw honey that has that tinge of sourness to it. So it's really your staple honey, for this dish. Because at the end of the day, you're the one eating it.
How's it, chef?
Good.
Do you know how tempting is it for everybody behind the camera? All the ababa watching from the back, we're like, oh, shut
it's
up,
all
you.
your fault, and you know who's gonna get to enjoy it? Anthony.
That's kind of true. Anthony, unmute your mic. Let's share. How's things on your side?
I'm done. I'm not sure how it looks. Yeah.
Wow! Oh, he did his own version of plating.
Good job, brother.
Yeah.
Siap got sauce some more, huh?
Yeah. Hey, you sure yours is home cooked food? It looks like fine dining there.
Yeah.
maybe Anthony is doing his own version of show behind the camera.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I because chef mentioned he doesn't do a roux, but I thought because I like things with roux or a little bit of sauce, so I think should do something.
Cool.
Have you tasted your chicken relay?
No, not yet.
Too pretty to eat, right?
Are you scared to taste or what?
No, I'm not scared to taste. Is it time to taste it?
Yeah, let's
Chef
go,
said-
man. Dig into it. Go for it.
Okay, okay.
All right, guys. So chef is done with the first dish. So does Anthony. He's practicing at home, following chef since just now, from the beginning until now. So I think we're gonna have the tasting session. So let's go with it. Wow. Yang lain yang tak masak kita telan air liur je lah
Itulah.
Okay. So we got one more dish to go after this.
The
Correct.
taste is good. Thank you very much, chef.
You're most welcome, sir. See, everybody watching, eating.
In virtual cooking masterclass with Sherson Lian today. Wow. Nice.
There we go.
So I hope you guys are enjoying the session so far. So of course, thank you so much, guys, for staying tuned with us from the very beginning and all the way till now. I think it's been an hour plus since we started.
Yeah, man.
And then we've got one more dish to go. So this is only the first dish. One more dish to go, which is the dessert. Right.
And the dessert wouldn't take too long, I hope.
Because chef, you already started on the poached pear, right? So
Correct.
that saves some time.
So now, what you want to try, Daniel, and then you can tell everybody how it tastes like.
I don't know, producer. Can I try? Really? Okay.
So
guys,
need some calories.
Okay. So rakan-rakan sekalian, I tolong cuba ya. Okay.
On behalf of everybody,
Chef, should I cut half or should I just put the whole thing in my mouth?
you can cut half. You can put whole thing in your mouth. Depends
Okay.
on how you like it.
Cut it small.
Fine. Come.
Wow, we're inviting people from behind the camera to come and try. Oh, okay.
Help me clear the sink, so we can start on our second dish. So, what do you think?
Okay. I have to admit I haven't ate anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has the spinach and then it has the cream cheese. So as I was eating the chicken, I can feel the outer layer is crispy. That's the thing that I think chef was addressing just now, right? You want the chicken to be cooked, but then you had the crispy outside, and then
Correct.
inside was juicy.
Correct.
The cream cheese.
So that's why I didn't make a sauce to go with it, because the cream cheese, the feta cheese on the inside, together with the
Understand.
spinach, it already gives a lot of flavor to the chicken. But if you're like Anthony, you're a sauce kind of person, you need to have your sauce, then please, by all means, you can make a simple mushroom sauce to go with it, because mushrooms, spinach, cheese, chicken, they all work very, very well together. That's not an issue
I
whatsoever.
think some of the audience concern on Facebook was they were also afraid the chicken might be too dry because you said it's 99% cooked.
So-
but when I ate it, it's not dry at all. That's the thing.
Correct.
So I guess that's also the whole concept behind
The concept
element.
behind cooking it within its own juice.
I see.
So that's the way we do not lose any moisture, you see, because the chicken is trapped inside. So when the chicken is trapped inside, there's no steam escaping. Steam is moisture, right? There's also no loss of flavor because everything is just in that contraptment. And the chicken is just cooking within its own juice. So that's one benefit of cooking something like that.
Okay, guys. So while I continue munching on this really,
I'm,
Chef,
I'm-
you
I'm-
need to help yourself.
Yeah, I'm going also because I'm actually very hungry.
Good. Okay.
If I say it's good, it's going to be biased, right?
Yeah, that's kind of true. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, are you guys ready for our next dish? This is the chicken roulade, the first dish. So, chef, are we ready for our second dish?
Yes. Once I eat this carrot, please.
Okay, guys, let's just take 1 minute of like pure enjoyment, no talking, just pure watching and enjoying it.
It's good. So, you can't even.
No, it's really good, guys. I like the cream cheese. I really like the cream cheese.
Good. Okay. Sorry,
Okay.
guys. I gotta.
Okay, anyway, so I hope everybody can follow up, and then you have your pens and your stationaries, jot down everything. Kalau semua okay, can we get a thumbs up from everybody? All good? Oh, sorry, I can tengok you guys kat sini. Hi guys, alright, thumbs up, all good. Okay, chef, we're ready to proceed to our next dish. Maybe while we're waiting to be prepared, can you give us a little bit of brief on the dessert that we're about to do? Semua okay Line okay tak everybody? It's been good, right?
Kilo pastry pun sana.
Nice.
Okay. So, about our next dish. As you can see, we've started here already by poaching the pear. And you can see the pear already taking on the color of the cream cheese lah pula, of the
The
poaching
roselle.
liquid. Yeah. And that's exactly what we want.
So maybe some of them has just joined us in the live. Maybe you want to tell them what is the dessert that we're preparing for today.
All right, guys, for those of you who've just joined us, welcome to Level Up.
On the table.
On the table with me, Sherson, and we've got Daniel there as well. Now our jobs are reversed. Daniel, you want to stand over this side and finish the other dish?
No, I can never finish the last dish. It'll tak jadilah nanti.
So, what we've just done is we've done the chicken roulade stuffed with feta, spinach, and walnuts, served together with some carrots, Brussels sprouts, potatoes, and we're moving on to our second dish, which is a dessert, which is a very simple dessert, stuffed poached pear with filo pastry. Okay, so that's not very hard. But before we start, we want to make sure we preheat the oven.
So what's the temperature and etc. for the oven, chef?
Yeah. So I'm preheating the oven to 190 degrees, with the function of top-bottom grill with the convection fan.
Okay.
So, well, not grill, but bake. You know how you have the top element, the bottom element, so I'm putting both top and bottom, and I'm turning on the fan as well.
Actually, is there any difference? Because I realized there was once when I baked this pizza, and I didn't turn on the fan. So, but I'm not sure what is the post effect that would be to the pizza.
Okay, so if you don't turn on the fan, you're still going to be able to bake. A lot of old ovens do not have fans, and they still have food that's delicious as well. Okay, the only reason why we introduce the fan is for more even heat distribution. Because some people's oven last time, you put a pie in, right? It's this shape, it's this entire chopping board. You have spotting, so one side is browned nicely, the other side is not. So you'd have to turn the thing around, shove it back in, so you get even browning, right? But with the function of the fan, the heat is distributed everywhere so that your entire pie is browned evenly without having to turn it around.
I see, okay, so that's the logic behind the fan.
Correct.
Okay.
Bring the filo pastry.
So guys, if you can see here, the pear is actually being, do I call it poached or being soaked in the roselle juice, right?
Correct. So we've got the pear here that we've peeled, and we've created this, well, not created, I bought this brining liquid, which is a grape juice, a non-alcoholic grape juice. And you can see that the pear now has absorbed all that beautiful color from the grape juice, and we're done. Okay?
How long have you been simmering the pear?
This, I've poached it for about the pear is being poached for about, I think, 45 minutes.
Plus minus.
Yeah.
You did halfway through, maybe about 30.
Yeah, about 30 minutes. So it's not a vigorous boil. It's a slow simmer, and then we drop the pear inside. Because if you boil it vigorously, then you're going to ruin the texture of the pear, right? Okay, pear's done. We want to remove it.
Chef, will it at any point, poaching the pear, it will become soggy and then like...
if you overdo it, no?
Overdo it.
If you over poach, and if your temperature is too hot, look at the color. Yeah, it's got this nice purplish, maroonish color. Basically, it has taken on the color of the poaching liquid.
So smallest fire can would do the job.
Small fire.
Okay.
Small fire will do. Okay, now, same thing with the chicken. We're going to prepare the stuffing. I don't know why, but somehow after I have done the recipes, I realized, both my recipes got stuffing. So maybe it is meant for a Christmas thing, you know? Stuffing.
Yeah, lots of Christmas dishes are stuffed.
Correct. So here, now this cheese is cream cheese. The cheese we used earlier is feta cheese, which is slightly, firmer cheese. And cream cheese is cream cheese, it's nice and soft. I have got almond nibs that I'm adding it into the mixture. And this is to give that nice texture. Yeah. You can replace the almond nibs with, pistachios, walnuts if you want to maintain using walnuts. I think Adrian, if he's still around. Is Adrian still around? Adrian's gone. Cashew nuts, he mentioned, you can use cashew nuts and a lot of different kind of nuts, sunflower seeds, whatever you like. Okay. A little bit of vanilla extract. There we go. Some of your magic ingredient.
I kind of like lemon in everything, so I
You
felt
like lemon in
yeah,
everything?
that's the thing. I don't understand the science behind it, but I feel lemon gives that tinge of I don't know.
zing,
It somehow,
is it?
yeah, it somehow equalizes everything. I don't know if that is even a term, but
Equalizes, eh?
yeah, it sort of balances up the whole flavor. Right? That's what I feel. You get a sour, sweet, and everything.
Okay. And now I'm going to be adding some powdered sugar.
Some may ask if it's normal sugar. Is that possible?
Normal sugar can, but it's because you are going to be mixing it into a texture like cream cheese, so the sugar is not going to melt. You get what I mean? If you're using normal granulated sugar, that's why I use powdered sugar, because once it's combined, it's even already.
I see.
You don't get the grit of
Like satu biji.
Yeah, correct. Okay, so you just got to mix this around. And so you have the pear that's absorbed the flavor of your poaching liquid, right? That's sort of juicy, it's sweet, tender, but not too soft. And then you cut into it, and inside you have this nice, creamy, nutty. Yeah, you see, as I'm saying,
I'm
you can
imagining.
imagine-
I'm
yeah,
imagining as you're
exactly.
saying it. So I hope everyone is already jotting down on our next dish. This is the second dish, which is our dessert. So the first one has already been plated. Okay.
Right. So this one, again, do it as you please. Like, some people might like sweeter, some people might be on a diet, I don't want to have it too sweet, so do it to your particular preference, okay? Some people like their cream cheese a bit more sour, then add more lemon. For me, there is no fixed rule. You do what you prefer. For me, that's cooking.
Okay.
You can see this, you can be in this masterclass and walk through with me and follow everything that I do, or you can take an inspiration from what I do and then create your own.
Speaking of which, we've got a question from Nazib. Okay, hi
Yes.
Kak Nazib. Nazib, you may unmute your mic. and ask your questions right away. Okay.
Sorry,
All right.
not a cream cheese, lemon. Can I skip lemon?
Can you skip lemon? Sure. You don't like lemon as well as Daniel does?
My favorite
Because I
lemon.
think cream cheese got the tasty, got like a lemon taste,
Got
isn't it? So
Cream
sour.
cheese is a little bit sour as well already.
Yeah. Yes.
But
So can I skip that one?
you can. If you don't like lemon, omit lemon. If you think it's sour enough, but maybe you like the fragrance of lemon, then you zest the skin.
Okay.
Yeah? So,
Okay.
All right.
I'm actually, speaking of which, I'm going to zest the skin.
Kak Nazib, ada any follow-up questions? Okay, she's done. She's good. All right, thank you so much, Kak Nazib. So, okay, this is just right off my mind. Is there a difference with orange and lemon? Can I zest orange?
Yes, you can zest orange. It's actually very, very delicious as well. They both have very different flavor profiles, but it is something you can do. Yeah?
Okay. So I can skip lemon and replace it with orange also?
No problem. Skip lemon, replace it with orange. You can even replace it with lime, lime zest. It's also very delicious as well. So it really is, again, up to you. Grapefruit, you can use grapefruit zest.
Pomegranate?
No, not pomegranate.
Okay, that's too far off lah. I'm thinking of the far end.
Yeah. Any citrus, citrusy fruit skin, because that's where the skin is where the natural essence
Flavors
of the oils are at. Yeah. So I'm taking my time to do this because I'm also waiting for the pear to cool down. Yeah, when the pear is cooled down, then it's going to be easier to work with.
How long should we wait for the pear to cool down?
So long as your hands can tahan lah. Because what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to core it.
I see.
We're going to have to create a pocket inside the pear so that we can stuff the cream cheese in.
Then chef, will it be okay if I were to correct the pear earlier rather than...
So if you correct the pear earlier, what you're going to do is you're going to introduce a lot of liquid inside the pear.
I see.
Then when you put your stuffing inside, with all the liquid inside, your stuffing is going to be diluted with the liquid, and you're going to end up with a very runny stuffing. Yeah, it's the same concept of why we didn't use wet ingredients to marinate our chicken.
I see.
Because we wanted the stuffing, the cheese, to really not be diluted with any liquid whatsoever.
Understand? Oh, this is something new today for me.
Yeah, so it's cooking is a lot of thinking about the process of it, thinking about what this does, what that does, and the more you understand, that's why I said in my video when we were promoting for this class, is that it's understanding, it's thinking about it. You might not half the time, as long as you think about it and you put some sort of common sense to it, then you will get the answer. You know what I mean? It's not a lot of rocket science. True. It's just that sometimes people, they don't think enough about what they're doing and how this ingredient can affect this, how that ingredient can affect this. You know what I mean? And then all it takes is somebody to tell you, then, oh,
True.
yeah.
True.
You get what I mean?
You also did mention that you never had a former education on cooking, is that true?
Correct.
So I assume there's a lot of things you had to learn on the job as well.
Correct.
So what are some of the things that you learned along the way, which you thought like, alamak, okay, like things that you found out along the way, which maybe we could all benefit from it as well?
Well, simple things like, for example, putting tissue under the chopping board. Or putting a damp cloth under the chopping board. Yeah, of course, I don't know if culinary school will teach you because I've never been, but it's stuff that you pick up as you go in your career and you watch from other people. And it's not rocket science.
True, correct.
Because I didn't think about it. Everybody just so fixated, you want to cut, you put a chopping board on the table, you cut.
True. But even that slightest layering down there would actually make lots of difference.
It makes a lot of difference.
True.
And it's not rocket science, it's
Yes.
common sense.
Correct.
But we didn't think about it, I didn't think about it. But then when I saw, oh yeah. You get what I mean? So cooking is a lot of that. It's a lot of thinking. Just as long as you think about it like this with poaching liquid, it become concentrated. What can we do? A sauce. Reduce it further. Let's turn it into a sauce. Rather than some people, hey, what do we do with this?
Understand.
Then we throw. You hear me? Or it can be now a cordial.
Can it? Can it be?
It can be a cordial. You reduce it even further. The sugars get more intense. You want to add some other flavors to it. You can, and then you jar it. It's your homemade cordial, right?
Wow.
So
it's that's another extra tips for your extra juice there.
Yeah, extra tips for the extra juice.
So is there any other tips that we can take away from today's masterclass? Maybe it's not presented in any of the dishes that we have today.
I'm not. I think I've gave some, very crucial. I think curating your kitchen space. I think for me, curating your kitchen space is absolutely very important because if you enjoy the space you're in, you're going to spend a lot more time in it. If you fix up, I think this is a relatively beautiful kitchen, and because
I want this kitchen.
You want this
I want
kitchen,
this
huh?
kitchen.
And because it is done beautifully, I enjoy spending time here. I enjoy cooking here. You see, we've gone through how many hours now? I think more than what we should.
It felt like just a minute.
But it felt like it's a short time.
Yeah.
And so that's important. Knives, very important. And a lot of people seem to think that this sharpens the knife. I'll say this again, this doesn't. Yeah, this is a realignment tool.
Oh.
So we know this as the mata kan, mata pisau.
Yes.
So the mata pisau, when we cut stuff, and a lot of us don't have discipline to use certain pisau for certain things. We have one pisau, we cut everything. Itu salah. Yeah? We cut meat, we cut vegetables. Let your vegetable knife be your vegetable knife. Let your meat knife be your meat knife. And if you need to cut bones, use a cleaver.
I see.
Because if you use bone, the mata pisau kita ni sebenarnya lembut. Yeah, because it is so fine that it is sharp. And when the metal is so fine, dia lembut lah. So this, bila dia lembut, dia akan bengkok. So when it bengkok, your knife won't be sharp. So this is a tool where you realign the knife.
I swear to God, I thought this is like a sharpener. It's like literally. But okay, apparently it's for realignment.
It's for realignment. It's to maintain your knife's sharpness. If your knife is already dull, you need batu. You know the sharpening stone?
Yes.
Then it's a process of menghakis the shaving away the metal. But with this, it's just realigning the eye of the blade.
Come on, guys. Who at this age, then you find out. I mean, I'm 25, so I just found out about this. But it's definitely something to take away. Something
If you use this enough, like every time you use your knife, before it, you just run it through a couple of times, your knife will last, the sharpness of your knife will last a long time.
I see.
Yeah?
So your knives, how long do they last? What's the longest? How often do you change your knives and stuff?
I think 6 years, 7 years. But it's also because like gatal lah. You buy new car.
You always want a new. Like girls, they always want a new makeup when you already have all the palettes and eyeshadow.
Exactly.
Yet you still buy new foundation when I don't know why. So just like for chefs lah, right? I guess their toys are the equipment and everything.
This is our toy.
Okay. So maybe you want to walk us through what you're doing right now?
So right now, what I'm doing is I'm coring the pear. And why we core is so that we create that space for the cream cheese to go in.
I thought of asking Anthony, but I can't see Anthony on the screen.
Anthony went to settle business deal today, I think, on the handphone.
Anthony's
back!
Anthony, can you unmute your mic for a while? Okay, so are you following the second dish as well?
Oh no, I couldn't find the roselle buds, and quite a lot of things are not easy to find. I went a few places. I even got some people to help me, also couldn't find.
Yeah, it's okay. That's why I also couldn't find the roselle at the end. But it's again, yeah, the original recipe that we served before called for red wine.
Yeah, but can be replaced with a different liquid lah for
Correct.
the Roselle. All right, thanks Anthony. So this round you cannot try your own food lah. You have to just watch lah.
Just watch.
Yeah. Anybody else that's cooking? Semua okay ke? So we've got quite a number of audience here, but some of them shy cat haven't asked any questions. Okay, maybe I nak petik lah, boleh tak? I petik someone just to communicate with you. Say hi ke, at least say hi pun tak apa. Okay, I nak petik nama, tu dia, Kak dah betulkan tudung dah. Okay, since you betulkan tudung, I petik nama you lah. Kak Zurahman. Zurara. Tak nampak. Okay, Zura, Kak Zura. Kak Zura Rahman. Hai Kak Zura.
Hello, is she there?
Dengar tak? Dia punya mic kejap tak dengar. Okay, cuba mic test. Dengar tak? Tak dengar. Okay, cuba cakap Kak.
Hai.
Hai. Apa khabar?
Okay, baik.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, Kak nak share tak your experience watching from the beginning sampai sekarang? Mungkin you nak ada apa-apa apa ni thoughts that you want to tell to our chef?
Alright, actually I want to say thank you chef sebab ada kita orang masak.
Thank you.
Alright, and also all the tips. Actually kalau kita tengok YouTube ataupun mana-mana influencer yang masak dekat IG or Facebook, they do not share the tips yang knowledgeable yang macam someone macam professional yang beritahu ada things yang patut buat, yang patut tak buat So bila kita learn macam from the professional chef, I think ni cara yang untuk kita gain more knowledge and boleh improve kita punya skill dekat kitchen ni. That's all.
Alright, thank you Kak
Fantastic.
Zura.
Thank you.
Okay, so we've got one question here from
Yes.
Manisa, and she wants me to read it on her behalf. Okay, this is not related to the recipe, but to the cookware.
Yes.
What is the pan material? Is it hard anodized or carbon steel or non-stick type?
Which pan?
The pans that you're using.
These are non-stick. Because in my line of work, I run through a lot of pans. So I'm not someone who am keen on spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a pan.
True.
Because we do a lot of cooking. So for me, like this, what I'm using is stuff I bought from IKEA. You know what I mean? It's a non-stick pan. It does the job for me. You've seen how it crusts the chicken skin. A lot of times, it's not just because of the pan. It's also the knowledge that you have, on how you use the cookware. So that's for me. I hope that answers your question about what I use. Okay. It's an everyday thing.
All right, so we've got one question from Nazib. Hi Nazib. Hi Kak Nazib. Okay.
Can we use the dry roselle? Dry one, the one that in the hypermarket or whatever, that one?
Dried roselle. I've not seen dried roselle. I know, got.
Yes.
You could, I guess you could.
Because it's like dried fruits, like that.
I see. You can also. Because what you're doing is you're going to be adding water and sugar to it to hydrate the roselle. And once you hydrate the roselle, then you're going to it will extract all that properties from the roselle, the taste, the flavor, the aromas, and also the color. So you can use dried roselle.
Tapi Kak Nazib, is this roselle yang jenis macam asam there's like some.
Yes. I just wondering that one. Yes.
Can asam, like the roselle is like asam like that.
That one. But it not taste that sour kan? Dia manis juga.
The jeruk I tak pernah makan, so I
yes.
don't know.
Oh, boleh that one?
I tak pernah makan, macam mana
tak
nak
pernah
tahu?
makan. I pun tak pernah makan actually.
I haven't tried that before, so I wouldn't know.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay, we have. Okay, all right. We have our pears done. Okay, we've cored it already. As you can see, there's a hole inside. So it's a cave. We're going to fill in our cream cheese. There we go. And fill it up. That's it. Okay.
But chef, never have I ever thought of, putting cream cheese in a fruit like that. I would say this is a really new, it's very enlightening for me
Yeah?
to watch this, yeah.
I hope it's delicious.
I'm pretty sure it is. I can't wait. I mean, looking at it, it's really tempting lah.
Yeah. So it's a you get what you expect from it is you get something that's juicy. Yeah. At the same time, it's something that has a bit of richness to it, and not to mention the texture in terms of the different texture that this dessert is going to have. So we've just done the pear. So texture of the pear, then you have texture of the cream cheese, and then now we're adding another layer of texture, which is the texture of filo pastry.
I see. Okay, we've got one question from Edwin.
Yes.
Can you take a question?
Sure.
Okay. Edwin. Hi, Edwin.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Hi, Edwin. Wow, that's a new voice. There were only a few same people
Hi.
talking. Good to have someone else.
Hi.
Yes.
I have a question. How do you maintain a cast iron pan properly?
How you maintain cast iron pan properly? It's a process of seasoning it, right? So you rub salt on it, and that sort of takes out a layer of the properties that will cause the rust, etc. And then once that is done, you heat it up, and then you pour oil over it. Then once the oil is poured over it, you remove the oil, and what you're going to do next is you're going to just wipe it down, and then you keep it. So that's the process of seasoning, which has to be done from time to time. And then also, it's not just the process of seasoning the pan, but it's also the process of how you wash the pan, how you clean the pan. With cast iron, if you use too much of detergent every time you wash it, you're taking away moisture from iron. You're taking away the oils from the iron, not moisture. And when the iron loses all that oil, it's going to rust. You see some people cast iron, they leave a long time, and then rust develops. That's honestly why I don't really bother with cast iron. I mean, a lot of people, yes, it's a good product. It's a product where it improves the quality of your food a certain bit, but is it worth all the hassle? Is another question. Because a lot of people buy it, but not a lot of people know how to maintain it. Not a lot of people know how to keep it and use it properly. And then it ends up something that is an expensive item that's being left there, and you do not fully comprehend or maximize using it. And especially in Asian cooking. We in Malaysia, we're not cooking steak every day. You know what I mean? You don't take out a cast iron and cook sambal or cook curry. You know what I mean? So it's a cultural thing, it's the cuisine that we cook. That's why I say that I'm not really bothered by cast iron. It's because of where we are. If I'm someone who eats steak every day, then yes, I would invest in a cast iron. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it does.
Thank you, Edwin, for the amazing question.
Okay, so now we've got the pear already stuffed with the cream cheese. I'm going to melt some butter, okay? And the reason is we're going to add this, we're going to brush the butter onto the filo pastry, yeah? Which is going to be amazing. You can continue asking questions.
Can
if you
okay.
have.
I scared I'll interrupt you.
No,
Actually, this is my first time seeing things. This pastry itself. I mean, it looks like that. You know, the Vietnamese popiah skin that's really thin.
That one is the Vietnamese popiah skin is more translucent. This is more like your popiah skin.
I see. But this is not what a popiah uses, right? It's different, right?
It's different.
Okay. Wow. So the poached pear is already okay.
The poached pear is okay. Now we're.
Maybe you want to walk us through what are you doing right now?
Can. So this filo pastry is a pastry that is super thin. Yeah, as you can see.
Very delicate as well.
And it's very delicate. Correct. So I just want to make sure that I'm not tearing it too much, because if you tear it, then you can't sort of wrap the pear properly. Yeah, you'll have exposed bits.
So is it true that people overseas, right? Because this is from a series that I watched, but I cannot name it. Well, apparently there was one scene in that series. This dude, he will never wash his pants because he's also a chef, and he said, "Oh, we don't wash our pants because that's gonna take it." He was speaking to this American girl. So, does people overseas do that a lot, or
like not wash their hands?
No, the pants. They don't wash the pants.
Oh, they don't wash the pants.
Yeah, they don't encourage washing the pants.
I thought.
No, I mean not hands. I mean, yeah, sorry.
I'm
hands.
like, wow. You don't wash your hands? Why? Because what? Air tangan, is it?
That is literally air tangan. So yeah, is that true? People overseas, they don't wash their pants a lot.
I can't say for sure. Because let's say if you cook steak every day, yes, I wouldn't wash the pan if I'm cooking steak on a cast iron. I'd wipe it down, and then I keep it aside. So, but it's not relevant to us because we got curries lah, sambals lah, rendang lah. So, like for example, even in Chinese kitchen or like commercial restaurant kitchens, what you see is they will water, brush, throw away, and it's the next dish again.
Yes.
So, but that's some sort of washing also.
True, understand. Yeah. Okay, we've got a question from Nazib, but she wants me to ask on her behalf.
Yeah.
The phyllo pastry, does she need to defrost it first, or how?
So phyllo pastry comes frozen. I keep it frozen because of how dry it is. It's not supposed to stick. If you keep it in the fridge, it might tend to
stick. It's like what? Yeah.
So if it sticks, then we've got problem. Okay. There we go. Voila. Butter. So this is where it gets a bit sinful, huh? But dessert must be a bit sinful, okay?
Then, or else it won't be a dessert.
Correct. Or else you might as well just have a salad. Okay, the butter. I'm buttering through, and I'm applying a pretty, decent amount of butter. And this pastry, once we put it in the oven, it's going to crisp up. So you imagine you have the pear, which is, soft, tender. You have the cream cheese, which is creamy, and
Chef,
then
this is the same salted butter, right?
This is the same salted butter, yes. Again, I only use salted butter. Even if I had to bake, I would still use salted butter. Yeah. Okay, we layer another on. There we go. Again.
How many layers do we need? 2?
I'm doing 2 per pair.
2 per pair.
Yeah.
Can we add more? 3 layers maybe?
You can. You can add 3 layers. But you must realize the filling is quite moist. So if you have too many layers, you end up with pastry that's too thick that is obviously going to be wet when you eat it because the pear has been poached, right? So what I do is I just bring it all up and I lock it where the tip of the tangkai.
Okay.
What's tangkai in English? The stem. My goodness. I lock it at the stem. Okay? So that it's nice and encapsulated. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to brush the outside layer again with more butter before we shove it into the oven. There we go. And to protect the baking tray, I'm just going to put a bit of parchment. This is so that, we don't mess up the tray too much. There we go. Okay. This is one. We'll do another one and then we'll shove it into the oven. Okay? If there are any questions, now is a good time.
All right. Okay, maybe I can start the first question. How long should we bake the poached pear?
The filo pastry for? Well, if you bake for this filo pastry, it doesn't take very long. You can take, and again, it depends on the oven. Some people's oven faster, some people's oven slower. It can take anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah.
All right, so we've got a question from Ajuma127. She asked me to ask on her behalf.
Yeah.
So the filo pastry, you need to defrost first? I think it's the same question as earlier, so maybe you can readdress that again.
Filo pastry, again, it's something that's kept frozen. I do not defrost it. It comes dry. If we keep it in the fridge and it gets wet, yeah, that's a problem for us. Then you cannot use the entire thing. You have to throw it because that's sticking to each other, right?
All right, another question from Nazreen.
Yes.
Because her battery is running low, so hence she needs me to ask on her behalf. Instead of cheese filling, can we replace it with Greek yogurt to make it more healthy?
Okay, Greek yogurt is a very runny product. So if we put it in, it's going to leak out. And it's going to ruin the texture of the pastry also. What am I doing? See, you talk about you. I come here, I'm supposed to take the butter.
Okay,
but yeah, the reason why I chose cheese, because cheese is not runny. Yeah, cheese is kind of thick, pasty. So that's what you can use. Something healthy. Let me see. Can replace it with maybe a pumpkin, sweet pumpkin mash. If you like, it can go as well. Okay, there we go. Layer of butter again. So the other pastry that you can use for this recipe is you can use puff pastry. Yeah. Puff pastry is something you can use as well for this, but you put one layer instead of two. There we go. Same thing. We draw up the sides and lock it at the stem. There we go. Nice. So it looks like, you know, this thing that is like, wow, what is this and all that. But trust me, once it's done, you'd see the pastry, and all these parts are going to be that nice crispy layer, crispy bits of pastry that we want. Okay, more butter again. And you want to make sure you cover every part of the pastry with butter, because if not, then your pastry isn't going to brown nicely. Yeah, it's just going to burn. So the butter is going to prevent it from burning. Again, this pastry is very, very thin. If you're not careful, if there's no oil or there's no fat on the pastry, it's just going to burn instead of brown and crisp up nicely. Okay, there we go. Ready to put it in the oven. And for those of you before, so this is how it looks before. Yeah, you can toy around with the shape of it. And we'll remove it and you'll be surprised. Voila. So now we wait for the pear to be done. If there are any questions, anybody, feel free to just ask away. Regarding the first dish, second dish.
Okay, maybe I can ask some of the questions that I have in hand first. This is from Nazib. Again, other type of cheese can also, can she use other types of cheese also? Or is it only mascarpone cheese?
Mascarpone cheese, you can use mascarpone cheese, cream cheese. I think anything that has a similar texture or consistency to cream cheese.
Okay. Does anybody have any impromptu questions? You can ask right away as well. Maybe you can raise your hands. I've got a couple of questions here, but I thought of saving it for the ending.
Saving it for the ending?
Yeah. Okay, maybe we can ask Nazreen, how is he feeling? Hi, Nazreen. Hi, Nazreen. We would like to hear you. Could you unmute your mic?
Hi.
Okay, is there any questions for...
My phone is running low on battery actually.
I see, understand. Okay, that explains why you didn't... Okay, but how's the experience so far? The virtual cooking masterclass, easy to follow ke tak?
Very easy to follow. I really love this segment. I mean, I really enjoy this one. I mean, before this, it's more a one-way kind of experience with the Lima Reca, Lima Rasa, and then some of the shows that he did before this. I mean, Chef Sherson. So
this is something where you experience the real deal lah. You know, there's no powdering of it. There's no edits. You know, sampai tertumpah tadi pun ada.
I saw that.
You saw that, huh? I was hoping people miss it. But yeah, this is as real as it gets. You know, sometimes even as a proper cook or an experienced cook, sometimes it gets messy as well. But you know, of course, you don't show that on Lima Reca, Lima Rasa lah, or on a TV program. You know, but yeah, I'm happy you're enjoying this.
Thanks, Nazreen. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Just in case if you didn't realize, I mean, because I know when we're doing this, I mean, we probably don't realize how quick the time run. We're probably going live for about like 2 hours, nearing to 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And we still have quite a lot of viewers online.
Wow.
That's amazing. Woohoo! Broke record. Today we broke the record. This is like the longest hours you've been talking and shooting.
Yeah, man. I haven't been live for this amount of time, and thank you everybody. Everybody is so patient. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Woo! I'm so impressed with all of you guys.
All right, we've got one question from a Facebook Live viewer. He said, like, because it's almost 3 hours and he has to rush somewhere already, so he's hoping that he could stay till the end to watch the outcome.
I don't know if you want to take the camera and show them what's happening inside the oven, just so that they will have, some sort of an idea.
But this alone would be 15 minutes, right? That's what you mentioned there, right?
This will take, about 10-15 minutes.
10 to 15 minutes.
It's the first time I'm doing it in this oven, so we shall see.
Okay. I can
But
really
you can see the
yeah.
browning. It's happening already. Oh, there we go. So you can see the color turning on the sides. And that's why I said it's important that we brush the pastry with butter, because if not, then some parts, especially the edges, are just going to burn. Yeah.
See. Wow.
So we're just waiting for, the entire pastry to even out and cook. Yeah, then we have something that is nice and wonderful.
Guys, I can really smell it from here already.
You can smell all that butter.
Actually, my favorite, I would go for dessert because I'm a dessert person. I really
You're
like
a dessert person,
So, yeah, so I'm actually looking forward because this looks like a fusion. So it's quite new for me. So yeah. Okay, another question from Facebook. If I use Greek yogurt as a substitute, will it be sour?
Well, it will be sour, but again, like I mentioned earlier to the similar question, is that using yogurt is very runny. So it's going to affect the texture of the pastry. Yeah, when you wrap it, your pastry is going to break as well, because the liquid from the yogurt will break the pastry, make it soggy and it will break. But then, what else can we substitute with? It has to have the similar texture to cream cheese. Then it's a nice stuffing.
Understand. Yeah. So this one is from Nazreen. Will the pear taste nice if she were to boil with pumpkin spice?
What's pumpkin spice? Nazreen?
Nazreen.
What is pumpkin?
Oh, this is the question. Oh, from Nazreen. Maybe Nazreen, you wanna ask? You have to mute your mic. Unmute your mic, Nazreen.
Pumpkin spice is a combination of cinnamon, nutmeg, ground nutmeg. What else? Ground ginger. 4 things.
Sounds good. It sounds like something
usually
that
with latte or something.
Usually with latte.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know matcha latte.
Okay.
That's what they use, right?
So
Like
so you said it has nutmeg, ground ginger, cinnamon. So again, when I was making the poaching liquid, I mentioned sweet spices will work very well. So your nutmeg is sweet, cinnamon is sweet. I've put just now a bit of cloves. You can put star anise. You can put some ground ginger in as well. No issues. Yeah. Any sweet tasting spice. Again, I just reiterate, don't put curry leaf.
But the pumpkin spice is on top of the liquid that we already have, right? That is just to give that flavor.
Correct. It's to flavor the liquid. Yeah, to give it a nice aroma. Like you can come in and actually just smell this. Yeah. You can smell that there's the sweet smell of cloves.
Yeah, I can smell the cloves.
Yeah.
Quite strong as well.
Correct. So it's
Will it be nice to just drink it like that? Or no, it's not. There's still a few more processes to it, right?
We can try. It's going to be sweet.
Okay, we've got one question from Ajuma127. Bake berapa lama?
Bake berapa lama? You can see it's almost done. Hampir siap dah.
Hampir siap. Yeah, so you were saying the temperature?
Temperature suhu I masukkan 190 darjah Celsius. Ya, sebelah atas dan bawah ada the heat element campur fan sekali. Yeah. So once you see the pastry is all evened out in terms of the color, then we're good to go already.
Nice.
Okay.
So how will you be plating this?
On the plate, no?
I mean, chef, come on, very funny, You're very funny,
After 3 hours, bro, my mind a bit like.
But you also didn't realize it's 3 hours already, right?
Yeah, I also didn't realize. So,
okay.
This is a very simple dessert that I'm going to be serving it in its simplicity. Yeah, so we'll put the pear and we're going to be serving it with some ice cream. So you can serve it together with your favorite ice cream. So you have this, again, it's a bunch of different tastes, textures, consistencies, and also temperature. Something cold, something hot. The crispiness of the filo pastry and how buttery it is will definitely go super well with the ice cream. And then as you eat into the pear, you have that, you know, nice, sweet, sour pear with rich filling. Then you add some more ice cream.
Can we add honey to it? Does it?
You can drizzle honey over it later, but I'm adding powdered sugar to it. So, you know, you can choose either or.
I see.
Yeah.
But of course, guys, I think I will take this opportunity to thank everybody for tuning in since the beginning and all the way till now. I was checking the live. There were lots of people still online. Maybe some of you just joined halfway. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, you're watching this virtual cooking masterclass. Level up on the table with Chef Sherson Lian. So some of you maybe just joined halfway. We've started today. There's 2 dishes. One is main dish, and now we're already at a dessert. So if you have missed the very beginning, we can watch the playback at GFI's Facebook. You can also follow them on Instagram. They're also on Facebook. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, follow them, because from time to time, this is not the only program that we have. We have many other programs as well. So we've got stuff to do with fashion, today's with food, you name it, they've got a lot of content as well. So do hit that like button, subscribe, check them out, and then also, Chef, maybe you want to throw some CTA. Where can they find you? Where can they see more of you in action? You were mentioning something about your YouTube channel. That's something that they can learn more from you as well.
So yes, my YouTube channel, you can head on to YouTube. It's Sherson Lian TV. You know, we've got a lot of very fun content on it. We've recently did something for Uncle Roger as well. We're waiting for his reply. So go over to the YouTube channel and check it out. We've got this brand new series called 10 Ringgit Plates. We're almost at the end of the series, but everything is still there. Then we'll be working on our next festive stuff that will be coming out.
For Christmas, I assume?
Yes, and Christmas.
Woo!
Yes.
Alright, guys. Looks like we're... Oh, nice. Can I help you to close this?
Yes, you can.
Okay, alright. Guys, it's done! It's almost there. We're almost coming to an end.
Yes. Finally.
Okay, maybe I can also read this question. ASEAN. Okay, maybe ASEAN would like to ask herself. Okay, ASEAN, do we have you in the Zoom call? Hi ASEAN, you can unmute your mic as well. Okay, alright. Anytime when you're ready, ASEAN.
Hi ASEAN.
Yes. Hi. Are you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Can hear?
Yes, shoot away.
Okay, saya nak tanya. Apa beza minyak zaitun dengan minyak sayuran yang lain?
Apa beza? Well, minyak zaitun dibuat daripada olives. Olives is zaitun lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Zaitun. And minyak sayuran lain, of course, the minyak zaitun is a lot healthier compared to, because there's a lot of health properties in olives, yeah, compared to your other vegetable oil. And the nutritions are richer in olives. So hence olive oil being a bit more expensive, olive oil being better for health. And that's why olive oil is also being treated very, very carefully. You have extra virgin olive oil, you have virgin olive oil, you have just regular olive oil. So dia punya tahap yang berbeza itu mengikutkan harga dan itu datang daripada cara olive oil itu diproses. So yang paling mahal adalah extra virgin olive oil, di mana itu kali pertama bila olive itu di-press, yeah, first press of the olives, yeah, and then the olives go through a second press. That becomes your virgin olive oil. Then it goes into your regular olive oil. So it comes down in terms of that process. But olive oil has a very low smoking point. So kita tak boleh guna untuk masak macam deep fry atau gunakan untuk masak yang berasap banyak-banyak sebab dia tak boleh tahan suhu yang tinggi. Ya, dan bila kita masakkan dengan suhu yang tinggi, hilang dia punya nutrisi dalam olive oil tu semua hilang. Okay? So, we're just dusting a bit of making it snow. There we go. So you see, it does look Christmas, bro.
Yeah, it looks very Christmassy. I like the powdered sugar.
Yeah, there we go.
Wow.
And we serve it with a dollop of ice cream on the side. And some pretty stuff. There are a lot more you can do with this. You can make crumbles, yeah. Like you have butter and flour. Then you put the crumbles down. You set the pastry on top, yeah. Okay, there you have it. Something that's simple, easy to make. You have the poached pear stuffed with cream cheese and filo pastry. Okay, now you've got to try this, right? You want to try this. So I will take one, and then we'll put it out, and I'll cut it so you can see what the inside looks like.
Okay.
But you can also hear
the crisp.
Yeah, correct.
Of the pastry.
Exactly.
All right, I would also like to take this opportunity to mention this. Kia, she's among the local baker brands that are tuning in today, watching the live stream. Kia. So yeah, she's really happy to be watching this today.
Yeah?
Yep.
Awesome.
She's watching from Facebook, I would assume that. So maybe while you're cutting that, there's a question from Justina. Can we use clarified butter? Would it taste better or no different?
So you see, this is what it looks like on the inside.
Ah.
Okay, so you have all these layers of crispiness, yeah, and like a roti tissue. Then as you go in, you have the pear, you have the cheese. You can eat it all together, especially with the ice cream. Good. What was the question again?
The question was,
so good,
can we use clarified butter? Would it taste
You can use clarified butter.
Maybe while you're doing it.
Yeah, no problem. You can use clarified butter because the reason for the butter is actually just to have some fat so that the pastry doesn't burn. That's just it.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright guys, I'm going to be digging into this and trying it.
We're done already, right?
We're
This is
done.
already the end. Oh, okay.
We're done.
So this is the first plating, and then this is the second one that chef is digging in. Wow. Look at everybody. Oh my god. Lapar kan, guys? Lapar kan? Everyone is just like,
Najrin is like,
tak apa, nanti try. Nanti try, okay? Nanti try.
I get you can use that spoon. Come.
Can. Right, maybe while I'm at it, I can also address to some of our audience. So guys, once again, it has been a fun session, right, chef?
It has. Like I said, I'd probably do all this in under an hour by myself.
But because I am distracting you, I'm talking and stuff. Yeah.
I've been having such a good time with everybody.
Yes, that's kind of
Thank you so much. You've made my Saturday a happy one.
Guys,
hello.
Come on, everybody. Woo! And also, chef, this is not your only audience. You've got hundreds more of a different audience from across all different platforms on YouTube, Facebook, from Astro Malaysia, from GFI's Facebook, Tinker, Gempa, you name it, they've got it all. So maybe you want to say any last words to your audience that's been tuning in since the start till all the way now.
Guys, it's been 3 hours. I cannot imagine. I've taken up like half of your day. But I think it's been fun, right? I mean, the fact that you're still here, I really enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I did. Once again, for more Sherson Lian content, Yeah, head on to Sherson Lian TV. There's going to be more stuff that's coming out on YouTube. Also, if you want to taste something we've been doing, go to renchabysherson.com. Yeah, we're selling now a set of 4 different condiments. We've got sambal belacan, we have got fish curry paste, we've got chicken rice chili, and my personal favorite, which is our signature, the sambal cincalok belimbing bulu.
Oh,
that is mad.
Oh my god, gila. Sounds crazy. Yeah.
That one is mad. Yeah, so go on to, once again, it's renchabysherson.com. So head on there and you can browse through, buy what you like, buy the whole set. You can buy it for your friends. If you buy a set of 4, it comes in a nice, really nice looking box. So it's something you can, choose to buy for your friends for Christmas. Yeah, or birthdays or whatever.
True.
It'll be a coolest looking sambal belacan.
Malaysian style Christmas. All right, guys. Of course, thank you so much, Chef,
Thank
for
you, everybody.
your insights and also for your sharing today. So, maybe any last tips for today's takeaway? Is there anything else that you want to input to all our audience?
Last tips. I'd say, guys, don't be afraid to cook. You know, if you're going to make mistakes, you're going to make mistakes. You cannot run from mistakes in the kitchen. So just don't be afraid. I think if I was afraid, then I wouldn't be where I am today.
True.
You know, one of the biggest fears I had to overcome was, like I said, remember cooking from 10 ringgit chicken chops and doing fried rice to cooking for dukes and duchess in Scotland. So for me, to climb that bridge, it wasn't easy. But if I was afraid and ran away from it, then I would not have been who I am today. So just very simple advice. Don't be afraid in the kitchen, you know. And this is it. Be a fussy eater. Okay?
I can relate.
Be a picky eater. Because the pickier you are, the fussier you are, the better of a cook you're going to be. Okay? But don't be, when I say fussy eater, don't be annoying fussy eater lah. You know, you just got to know what's good, what's not good.
True.
You know, and like what is good. And then everything you cook moving forward will be good because you taste first, right?
True.
Before you serve it out.
Correct.
If you pass your own standard,
everyone else would love it.
You know, hopefully everyone else would love it. And if your standard become higher and higher, then, you know, you got no worries.
After this, then only Chef Sherson can cook for you. You cannot cook.
No,
Then you cannot eat outside anymore. Okay, thank you so much again, Chef.
Thank you,
and
guys.
of course, guys, if you want to check out on the recipe, it's available on GFee's Facebook and also IG. So in case you haven't watched, from the beginning, you just entered halfway through, guys, please watch the playback from the beginning at GFee's Facebook and IG. You can find the recipes over there as well. You can check out Chef Sherson's content at his YouTube channel as well. And I believe there will be a special festive menu from him coming out really soon. If it's not on GFee's platform, it will be on his. It's a matter of when, right?
Correct.
So also, don't forget to catch Sherson's show, Lima Rencah, Lima Rasa, and also Family Kitchen with Sherson on Astro On Demand, and also AFN channel 709.
709, yeah.
709.
It's changed really, yeah?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we're going through right now. So once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate your time. And if you want to check out Chef Sherson, like I said, his YouTube channels, you can check out GFee's as well for the recipes. And also, if you like whatever we're doing today, just keep following us. And thank you so much, everybody. Until next time.
Anthony, you the man.
All right.
You the man. Ciao, guys.
Bye.
Love y'all.
Ciao, everybody.